better place to be than a high school football game right here in downtown Harrisburg at Severance Field. I'm Gary Sutton, and welcome to the High School Sports Live TV Football Game of the Week. It is our pregame show here, part of the Fox Football Frenzy, all on Fox 43.2 TV and Fox 43 TV. I am Gary Sutton, and I'll be joined in a moment here by Fort Chapman, but it's going to be Harrisburg High, 2-1, going up against Cumberland Valley, 4-0 here this afternoon later on in our game. But in our pregame show, I thought it might be interesting here today to talk to a guy who knows a little something about the history of all of this kind of rivalry. It's been a few years now since Cumberland Valley has won this game. They won 34-7 back in 2015. Since then, Harrisburg, with the exception of one COVID year, has won by 2 touchdowns or more. And with me this morning, Fort Chapman, a great football coach at Bishop McDevitt, won the state championship in 1995, and a guy who knows a little something about Cumberland Valley, and that Chapman name is big over there at Cumberland Valley, Fort.
Yes, and this rivalry started in the 82 football season. And not only did Harrisburg and Cumberland Valley play for the first time, 2 weeks later they played in the first ever District 3 playoff game. And so twice that year, numerous times throughout the 80s and 90s, they played twice due to playoffs. And in the regular season, they met every year since 82. And Cumberland Valley had the majority of the wins in the early going. In the last decade and a half or so, 2 decades, it's been very back and forth. And Harrisburg has held its own. Harrisburg has had a share of Mid-Penn titles, district titles, and have been to the state championship twice. So Cumberland Valley won their only state championship in 1992. They were ranked number 1 in the state before the state playoffs in 82. So a lot of tradition on both sides of the fence.
Obviously, Harrisburg's had a lot of great players come through here over the recent years, and one of them played for the Dallas Cowboys right now. It's not doing too bad. Talk a little bit about their program, and these two programs kind of coming together in a parallel way to collide.
Sure. Harrisburg started in the 1971-72 school year when John Harris and William Penn joined to be Harrisburg High. And Mickey Minnick, the former John Harris coach for 3 years, took over that first year. And then they had a slew of coaches through the 70s and 80s. And then they really took a stronghold when Earl Mosley came in. They had a lot of talented football teams. Earl had 2 different stints here. But after Earl's second stint, they brought in George Chomp from Central Dauphin, used to be the John Harris coach back in the 60s before he went to Ohio State. Coach Chomp led them the whole way to the Western Final, and they had a killer loss in a heartbreak fashion to Pittsburgh Central Catholic, the eventual state champion. But he really got Harrisburg back on the map. Now, lately, it's been Calvin Everett, a player here, and did a great job as a player, graduated in 1998. He was a running back, and Calvin has maintained a lot of consistency in his program. He's got these players to play at a very high level. They've been to 2 state championship games, and just all the more credit to what he and his assistant coaches have done in this community and with this program.
Ford, talk about some of the great players that have come through both these programs over the years. You're an historian on this whole thing, and there have been a lot of big names that have passed through here, has gone on to play in college and also the NFL.
Sure. Cumberland Valley had a slew of quarterbacks in the early going, mainly Pat Bowen and Stan Gelbaugh. Obviously, John Ritchie, the running back, who played on the 92 state championship team, is a huge name, and many others. Harrisburg High started out when they first played Cumberland Valley with Ray Isom and Gene Arrington, and they had guys like Sean Lee, Ahmad Collins, and you're going to hear the name Sean Lee because Sean Lee, a Penn State player, his son is the quarterback for the Cougars as a sophomore. And Micah Parsons, obviously, phenomenal football player, and we're going to, through the broadcast, we'll name some others on both sides of the fence.
It's going to be a fun day. Big history here on the field, Severance Field this afternoon. It's going to be Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg High, part of our Fox 43 football frenzy and part of our High School Sports Live Game of the Week. Fort Chapman, you'll hear more from him later on. We're looking forward to a great one this afternoon. But first, we pull out our spotlight and shine it on our student athletes today from Harrisburg High School. Tell us about your team and what key factors you'll need to focus on to play your best this year.
We have a good upcoming older team, so, we experience, and the key factors we got to work on is communication, make sure everybody's talking and we know our assignments.
What are your current team goals?
Our current team goals are straight, just getting a state championship and also getting another district championship again this year. So other than that, our coach preaches everyday leadership. For us, our senior guys, we just got to have a lot of leadership this year and not being selfish this year and just being a team and collecting as a whole.
What role or roles will you be filling for your team this year?
The role I want to fill as a team this year is being a good senior leadership and stuff like that, and just showing the guys, younger guys, how to do it. And especially if we get a state championship, that's going to be a good thing for them to see. As me, I just want to be that type of leader.
Who's recruiting you, And what are your future goals with football in college?
I'm Kyle Williams. I'm going to Temple University next year after my senior year. I might graduate early too.
I have a couple colleges recruit me, but my two main colleges that I'm looking forward to right now is Albany and Maine.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, family. As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, family. As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
Welcome back to Severance Field and our High School Sports Live TV pregame show here, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. I'm Gary Sutton, all part of our Fox 43 football frenzy, and I'm surrounded here by energy and football prowess this afternoon as I have Ford Chapman, former head coach of Bishop McDevitt. They won the 1995 state championship. I did that game, by the way, on PCM. What a dominating performance that was. And on the other side, a guy who's played a little bit in his own right and a coach as well, Archie Smith Jr. And guys, you know, we talk about chalk talk today. Let's start with Cumberland Valley, first of all. Here's a team that scored 90 points in the first half of the games this year so far. They got great balance. They're a team that's 4-0 right now. They're looking better than they have in a long time, probably the best start they've had in a long time. What do you make of this Cumberland Valley team? You and I had a chance to see them in their opening game with a big win over Central.
Since Tim Rimpfel took over the program in the 1989 season, Cumberland Valley has run the wing T. And when Mike Whitehead took over for Rimpfel after he retired, wing T. And now Josh Oswald's in his third year. The first year was the COVID year. Didn't have a lot of time with his players. He's trying to run a multiple spread offense, something new for Cumberland Valley. And here we are in their third year, and it's really starting to click. They won their first game, getting out statistic, which we'll get to during the broadcast, but they found a way to win the game. And even though they only had 33 snaps, 7 first downs, and 104 yards passing, they found a way to beat Manheim Township and came back. We did it on our network week 2. They went to Central York. We're up 35-14 at halftime. Second half, the offense really faltered, but they found a way to win the game 35-33. They then played Springford in District 1, and then they got their win last week in romp fashion, and here they are 4-0. And they're building. And today's going to be a big contest for them and see how they can handle this Harrisburg defensive front and speed from the Cougars defense.
You talked about that spread offense. You've got a guy, Isaac Steins, who's got 13 touchdowns. He's handed him 6 of them rushing, 7 of them passing. He's a guy who has 437 yards, I think, rushing, 413 yards passing. You talk about balance right there. It starts with Cumberland Valley.
No doubt about it. And we saw a lot from the running back, number 42. We see a lot from number 3, the running back. And the other thing we see with balance, this quarterback can throw it and he can run it. He's an aggressive player. He's a team player. And he's just as scrappy. And it's going to be very interesting to see on the other side of the ball how the Cumberland Valley defense handles the skill and the speed from the Cougars.
Well, let's move over to the Cougars side here with Archie Smith Jr. And, the last few years, the Cougars have won the last 5 years by 2 touchdowns or more every year. And one of the reasons has been their offensive line. They have been really tough up front. But they got a young man at quarterback this year named Sean Lee, who's a pretty good manager of this offense, Archie.
Well, one thing he can do is he can pass the ball and he can also run the ball. And when you have a dual-threat quarterback to go with the outstanding versatile athletes of Kyle Williams, and you have 2 6'3" receivers on the outside, Amir Jones and Elias Koch, I mean, he has a lot of different weapons that he can come back to. But I'm interested to see, like you say, Cumberland Valley has been scoring 90 points in first half. I want to see how they stack up against this Harrisburg defense that's only been giving up 13 points in the first half. So you're going to have a lot of versatility going on. Isaac Sands from Cumberland Valley is a good guy. I want to see him, how he's going to be able to manage and get around one of the biggest, I think he was the defensive player last year, Terrell Reynolds. So he's going to be coming out the end. They got a big versatile defensive line up front. I want to see how they be able to control the different things that Cumberland Valley are going to be able to throw at them.
Yeah, the line play is going to be really important today. Last year we watched this game. Harrisburg dominated Cumberland Valley on the offensive line. How good is that offensive line again this year for Harrisburg, and do we have the same kind of setup here?
Well, you got some different guys that left last year, but with Harrisburg, one thing that they pride themselves on is just keep reloading. So you got guys that come out and you got guys that's coming in, and you keep the same philosophy. And not only that, they got their leader back in Kyle Everett coming back this year to lead these guys. So the offensive line to stay together. Once they get the continuity and get the offense flowing, we should have what we see tonight, guys.
One of the guys they have on this team at Harrisburg is versatility. Mr. Williams, Kyle Williams, he can really get it done here. He does it catching the ball. He has 8 catches this year. He also does it running the ball as well. So he's a guy who provides a different wrinkle against Cumberland Valley than maybe they've seen so far.
Well, he's one of those guys, and Ford can attest for this, man, as a defensive coach that you have to account for. You have to know what Ford is on the field, whether he's going to be at quarterback, whether he's going to be at slot receiver, outside receiver, or whether he's going to be in the backfield. You need to know where Mr. Kyle Williams is at.
Key to the game for you today as you look at this particular, what's the number one key for Harrisburg?
To keep Cumberland Valley off balance. To use Kyle Williams, to use Mekhi Hopkins, he was a big back in the backfield. To use Sean Lee on his feet to get him around. I want to see how those guys stack up with the big receivers that Harrisburg has as well.
I turn it over to Ford Chapman here. Ford, what's the number one key to the game today as you look at it?
I look at it from both sides. Harrisburg, not be mistake-free, but don't get too many mistakes and get behind the chains a lot. For Cumberland Valley, handling Harrisburg's speed, I think, is the number one thing that they have to focus on, because Harrisburg can score in big plays and in bunches. They've done it for years, and this team's no different.
Both teams 1-0 in the Commonwealth, fighting for first place here this afternoon. 2-1 Harrisburg going up against 4-0 Cumberland Valley. It should be a great matchup, but you're going to watch it all right here on High School Sports Live TV. It's the game of the week coming up next from Severance Field here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on Fox 43.2.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
I'm Charlie Fortney with Advanced Hoops. I'm excited about our annual college showcase for boys and girls, seniors, and some select underclassmen. Big Star, what's up?
My man, I'm Big Star here, Raw Sports, man. Finally excited here to be able to collaborate with you to help promote these 2 events, man.
I'm excited about that because your promotion, there's no promotion like Raw Sports. So the Raw Sports annual college showcase is going to be awesome because every year 30+ coaches are sitting in the seats, as you can see, and also we get the best players from all over South Central Pennsylvania. Big Star, with your promotion already this year, I know you're having open runs for boys and girls. We're already seeing kids coming the whole way from Delaware, Philadelphia.
For sure.
Talk about it, bro.
Absolutely, man. Listen, locally, the buzz spread. I was sending out the golden tickets and all that kind of stuff. But, once I started to put the stuff on social media, instantly, people are in my message box sending me messages from Allentown, guys reaching out to me about their kids in Delaware, the Philly area. So word is spread, man. And y'all know, once the high school hoop season is over, I load up for my Raw Sports, All-Stars Down and Frio Classic team. So I'm always on the hunt for talent for the Raw Sports All-Stars, man. So this is perfect.
How does the player get the golden ticket? I've seen the little, it looks like Willy Wonka. How does a top player who might not have been directly invited by you yet, how do they get one of those if you think they're a worthy player?
Well, I mean, I get endorsements from players, because they, birds of a feather flock together. A lot of players say, hey, my guy needs to be here. Or, coaches, I reach out to some coaches that get endorsements. Or just, players may reach out to me individually. Because a lot of times, it's a lot of players out there. I may forget some individuals. So, do a little background check, send me some film. And if they're worthy, I'll definitely send them out a golden ticket.
And Advanced Hoops, we've always been trying to help high school coaches help their players get placed. And this fall college showcase started over 15 years ago when high school coaches actually were working with us and asking us how can we get players through your normal 5-on-5s looked at by colleges. So we kind of worked together with high school coaches to bring players to it. Now it's a big showcase. And so high school coaches, if you're listening out there, if you have a senior or even a top junior or something that wants to be in front of college coaches because, hey, Big Star, talk about the live stream.
Oh, it's definitely going to be live stream, man, for any, locally coaches who can get there by their own means of transportation, they're going to be here. But it's coaches, on the West Coast, the Midwest, who have heard about this event, who follow me on social media all across the country. And coaches are busy because coaches, colleges have started their own, programs and stuff like that. So any assistants who can't make it, they can watch the live stream online.
Yeah, last time we live streamed it, over 100 coaches were tuned in on the boys and the girls side, and all AAU teams are invited. There's no specific AAU programs, but the top players coming from Team PA, from all over, Mid-Penn Motion, Central PA Elite, players that still want to get a look at by colleges. But I think you said it earlier off script that this is going to be the best run in town. So whether you have your college nailed down or not, we even bust kids in from prep schools, top kids, to we'll have 50, 60 top players in the gym going at it for 2 hours on October 9th for the boys, 6:30 to 9 o'clock at night, and October 11th, that's a Tuesday for the girls, 6:30 to 9 o'clock. We usually use the 8:30 to 9 for the players to interact with the college coaches, and coaches like especially the coaches at the D3, D2 level, they're allowed to make contact with the players at that point. Big Star, talk about some of the at-event promotions you do. That's one of the greatest things, getting players there, promoting them. But at the event, it's amazing what you do on social media to give kids credit there. Talk about some of that, because I don't even understand it, to be honest with you, Big Star.
I got you, man. For any kids who know what I do, who follow me on social media, you already know. When we're live at the event, posting things on Instagram, in the stories, tweeting out things in the moment to let people know exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Letting people know, if somebody just got crossed over, somebody just got dunked on, and just pretty much putting the word out to coaches, to other scouts and recruiters to let them know what's going on, man. So whether someone's here or not, the word resonates, and they will know, who were some of your athletes who, showed up and did their thing.
Hey, the best of Raw Sports reputation is going to be on the line. The best of the Advanced Hoops reputation is going to be on the line. We're going to put this together and try to help kids, try to help build us a great venue so there can be a last chance recruiting for a lot of these young people. We're excited about it. Go to advancedhoops.com if you want to see more information on the event. How can players and coaches that still want their player or the players to get an invite and they want to fight for their case, how can they reach out to you?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Raw Sports Films, on Twitter at Big Star Raw Sport, and just send me a message. And if you have anybody you want to endorse, I'll consider them, do a little background check and definitely try to get them there.
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulders is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
If it's used car peace of mind you're looking for, Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford brings you a wide selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, carefully chosen and inspected for dependable driving pleasure. For the ultimate peace of mind, shop the Hoffman collection of Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a used vehicle, you can feel good about your loved one's driving.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, family. As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
At Severance Field in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at Harrisburg High School, Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg High, right here on Fox 43.2. It is the High School Sports Live Game of the Week. Gary Sutton with you, alongside of me, Ford Chapman, the great championship coach from Bishop McDevitt, state champion in 1995, and also has a little bit of a connection here with Cumberland Valley. And the field over there got his last name on it, but actually his dad. We're going to talk about that throughout the course of the broadcast this afternoon. All of this being brought to you by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. So today's broadcast, we've got Cumberland Valley coming in here 4-0. They have looked good so far, scored 90 points in the first half of all their games. They've been a high-scoring team. On the other side, Harrisburg 2-1. Stingy only giving up 13 points in the first half of all their games. So something's got to give here this afternoon. Both teams 1-0 in the Commonwealth thus far, and both teams looking to improve in their ranking in the state. Cumberland Valley coming in number 11, Harrisburg coming in number 19. Ford Chapman looks to be a good one here this afternoon.
Gary, you, Archie, and I did not mention special teams in our pregame. Let's talk about that really quickly right here. If you're Cumberland Valley, you got to be very careful who you kick the ball to and punt the ball to. Here on the opening kickoff, they're going to kick it deep, and if you get it in the end zone with the wind at your back, it's a touchback.
And that's exactly what they did, and the ball will come out, and Cumberland Valley kicks it off. Harrisburg High will have the ball first, and Sean Lee, the quarterback here for Chapman, 37 to 57 so far this year for 386 yards. 12. He's only thrown one touchdown pass so far. We're going to watch him this afternoon, his second year at being the quarterback here at Harrisburg.
Yes, and as a freshman last year, he had a nice season running the offense, got some experience. He can do it with his legs and his feet, as Archie alluded to in the pregame. And you're going to see a lot of wide-open sets for both teams. But for the Cougars, they go with no tight end and 3 wides and 2 backs in the backfield.
Ball on the 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 here for the Cougars as we start this one. Look like a little move on the left-hand side there, and quickly gashing right over the 25-yard line for the Cougars. And they pick up a nice gain on the first down. And one of the things that we talked about in the pregame is, again, you see that guy, Kyle Williams. It seems like he's been around here forever. He's a guy that's got 15 carries for 95 yards so far this year, but his value goes far beyond that. It'll be second down now and 6 yards to go. Ball to 24. Lee looking to pass, finds his man near side, catches it over there, and that's going to be caught by Amir Jones, a wide receiver, his 4th catch of the year. He averages 10.3 yards a catch.
Nice pass on the outside there. You just got to be careful if you're Harrisburg. Lee threw that ball late. The quick passing game, you want to throw on rhythm there. It worked out that time.
So first down, they move the chains. Ball at the 33-yard line. Handoff again is going to be to Williams. Williams slicing his way across the 35 out near the 39-yard line. Nice job of picking his way through the defense that time.
Absolutely. Look for Cumberland Valley to play a lot of zone coverage in the passing game. 4-man front, 3 linebackers, and 4 secondary.
Harrisburg going no huddle again. Second down and 4. Ball out to the flat again. And again, another first down as he finds that man, Amir Jones again. Amir Jones, a nice target to throw to, stands about 6'3", and he's a big guy out there for.
Cumberland Valley looks like they were in quarters coverage. They need to get some help from the Will linebacker there. Number 6 for the Eagles. He's got to get out there and try to undercut that hitch route. Nice pass on rhythm by Lee.
3 receivers far side, 2 near side. Empty backfield here with only Lee standing there. Now he'll bring a man into place behind him, Mekhi Hopkins. And this is a wildcat this time as it's kicked back to Kyle Williams, and Kyle Williams straight forward for a gain of about 5 on the play.
And this is where the shotgun offense, this time was not the quarterback per se, but he lined up at quarterback, Williams did, with a lead blocker. You get that extra person instead of the quarterback under center, which we saw the majority of for decades. Now it's just an extra blocker and sort of an extra half a player for the Cougars.
Williams in motion. Handoff inside to Hoffman.
He kept it.
And he pitches the outside. Good ball handling there by Lee. And Williams going to be down close to first down yardage again out near the 44-yard line of Cumberland Valley. So Harrisburg on the march here again, looking very sharp with the football.
And when the play-by-play guy, when Coach Sutton, when you're confused, that's because it was a great reach and ride. And it's going to confuse the Cumberland Valley defense if you can get that type of execution.
Good ball handling there. Again, fakes it, player action, throws it near side, Williams again. And Williams has been the feature so far as he gets out down to the 40, inside the 40, near the 39-yard line.
Nice tackle there by Hernjack, Patty Hernjack for the Eagles.
So Harrisburg, third down, make that first down and 10 now. They move the chains.
Harrisburg, when you can get the ball to athletes in space, and then after that, make Cumberland Valley make tackles like that in the open field.
Trips far side, slant across the middle. Again, it's going to be Williams, and Williams finding his way down to the 30-yard line. And to say they're looking for Mr. Williams right now would be the understatement of the day.
3 receivers to the wide right. The inside receiver, Williams, was not covered by a defender, and Lee saw that and hit him quickly for a big gainer.
Sean Lee throwing some nice high-percentage passes. Second down, 1 yard to go. Ball at the 31-yard line. Harrisburg opening drive here, now a flag thrown.
You tell your nose guard, watch the ball, right? You're right over the ball, but nonetheless, it was a jumping encroachment by the Eagles.
So offsides against Cumberland Valley, and it's all going Harrisburg's way as they continue to march down the field, this time without even benefit of having to run a play. So it'll be first down now and 10, ball at the 26-yard line. 8:51 to go in the first quarter. Gary Sutton, Ford Chapman with you. Here you go. Long pass deep, not going to get his man here. As again, he was looking for his favorite target so far in this series, Amir Jones. First incomplete pass of the day so far for Sean Lee.
Amir Jones, I didn't want to cut you off there, Gary, but I yelled hitch and go when I saw it, because what that is, he went 5 yards, turned around, which he had already completed 2 passes out there to the left, hoping Hernjack bites up on the hitch, and you're going to go deep. Ball was overthrown. Decent coverage by Hernjack there.
Second down 10, ball at the 26. 2 men in the backfield with Lee. Handoff, Williams. Williams gets taken down. Really got stopped there at the line of scrimmage very nicely. And in leading on the play for Cumberland Valley was Bryce Butler, the leading tackler for this team with 18 tackles on the season so far out of his linebacker spot.
And linebacker Alex Save made the first initial contact but did not wrap up and bring him down, but he allowed his teammates to come and now brings up a third. Looks like they're in 4-down territory here, so 2 downs to get 9 yards.
You'll hear Save and Butler's name a lot here this afternoon. Third down and 9, ball at the 25-yard line. Gain of 1 on the play.
Cumberland Valley adjusted their coverage here. Looks like they're going with a cover 2 look.
There's a bang right across the middle to the big guy. First carry of the afternoon for Mekhi Hopkins. He averages 4.9 yards a carry. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. So the big guy bangs it forward for a few more and sets up a 4th down situation here for the Cougars. 4th and 4 at the 20.
Looks like Cumberland Valley is in straight man-to-man coverage here on the outside. Risky defense. Look like they're going. Here we go to out.
And a great job of sniffing it out. And again, that number that we're going to call a lot today, another guy, Joshua Wagenheim, comes up and makes the play and stops the drive for Harrisburg. So Harrisburg, an impressive drive, but stopped short, nothing to show for it.
And when Cumberland Valley went man-to-man, you see they're bringing pressure on the outside, and there's your coverage, almost a sack. Wagenheim forced an errant throw and gives the Eagles the ball. Turnover on downs in the red zone. Big stop by Cumberland Valley. Bend but not break defense there on that possession.
So now we get to see that Cumberland Valley offense. It's accounted for 90 points in the first half so far this year. They are a high-flying bunch. They average 34 points a game, give up 21. On the other side, Harrisburg, 32 a game, giving up 14. And I said 34.75, giving up 22.5 if you really like stats a lot. So here's a guy who's been outstanding, Isaac Sines. Isaac Sines with the handoff off the right side. Quick hitter off that right side. We'll go to J.D. Hunter. We'll see J.D. Hunter a lot this afternoon, but also Bryce Starrett's a guy we were really impressed with at Central. He has 4 touchdowns on the season, Hunter with 1.
Yeah, week 2, number 42, Starrett's was just on fire in the first half for Cumberland Valley. Expect to see him at some point. Big, heavy, bruising running back.
Whole array of receivers out there. One man in the backfield with him is Hunter. Sines, who's averaging over 100 yards a game. And Hunter's going to get it, not much there. He'll get out past the 25-yard line.
Nice gang tackle by the Cougars there. Brings up a 3rd and manageable for Cumberland Valley. Let's see what they do if they like to go to the air or keep it on the ground here.
One of the guys I'd like to go to a lot in these kind of situations, Griffin Huffman, number 1. He's out here at single coverage on the near side.
Yeah, looks like Harrisburg's in a zone, a 3-deep zone, it looks like.
Sines looking, trying to run, trying to get out of it. Sines around the corner. Is he going to get the first down yardage? Sines dives for first down yardage. He's close. Out near the 30-yard line. He needed to get to inside the 30, I think. Let's wait and see.
I think he stepped out prior.
So it's 4th down and 1 yard to go, and you got to think here that they're probably going to kick it out of there as Cumberland Valley.
No doubt.
Patty Hernjack does the honors for them.
Now, what do you do when you punt here? Do you want to do the Bob Craig style from Cedar Cliff for years and years and punt away from the punt returners almost to the sideline and give up 10 yards or so of field position? Let's see what they elect to do here.
Hernjack averaging about 39 yards a punt.
Wind at his back, but if you get a boomer, going to give these Harrisburg Cougar speedsters a chance to do something with it.
Boy, nice high kick there from Hernjack and a chance to return here for Harrisburg. Good coverage downfield, though. And heading up that coverage, number 9, Alex Salve again, getting down there to stop everything and get a pretty good exchange on the return there for Cumberland Valley.
Great point, Gary. That's important. You get a deep punt like that and you cover it and only give up about a 5-yard return. Excellent.
Harrisburg gets the ball back, so both teams with their first exchanges here and nothing to show for it. Harrisburg certainly had the better of it with their march. Couldn't end up putting a touchdown in, but they look pretty good that opening series. Here they come back for series number 2 right now.
3 receivers to the wide side of field to the left here for the Cougars.
There's Lee. Handoff, Hopkins. Hopkins rumbles over the 40-yard line out near the 42. Nice run by Mekhi Hopkins. Hopkins, a big guy. I mean, he gets in behind that offensive line. He can rumble.
Short kid.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1. This is one of those plays you could do a bit of something, anything you wanted to, but he's going to hand off again to Hopkins. Say, why not get the first down? And they do exactly that as Hopkins gets over first down yardage into about the 44-yard line. Gary Sutton, Ford Chapman with you this afternoon. Our whole Invicta crew, Chad Edwards in the crowd. Glad to be bringing you this game on Fox 43.2. What a beautiful day, a first day in autumn for, and it feels like a football day, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you like these cooler days instead of the hot ones?
I like them both.
As long as there's a football in your hands, right? Pass to the flat. Out inside the 50, crossing midfield now. And a good pass out there in the flat to Amir Granberry, his first catch of the afternoon. He's got 7 for the season. He averages 12.8 yards a catch. So Sean Lee using a whole array of receivers here so far. I count 3 receivers thus far that he's used in the array that he has out there.
And Granberry made the first guy miss and broke through that tackle, which is some good explosiveness after the catch.
You mentioned something earlier here, Ford. It's so important. Get those athletes out there and let them start to create after they catch the ball, and you're seeing a lot of that so far.
Sure are. And today's offenses are built for getting your athletes the ball in space.
Sorry about that. Ball at the 49-yard line, first down. Straight back goes Lee. Lee flushed out of the pocket. Lee trying to get out of trouble, and he is not going to do it. Does a great job of, again, number 5 getting in, and we call that number a lot. Bryce Butler really forced him to get out of there and forced the tackle outside. Big loss on the play.
Yeah, what Harrisburg was trying to do was fake a wide receiver screen to the left and have the guy that was blocking go up the sidelines. You'll see it here. You can't see the routes, but it's a longer developing play, and there wasn't a lot of time for Lee to throw that. It was covered well anyway by Cumberland Valley and get the sack.
3rd down and 14 now for Harrisburg. That play really changed everything, and they're off schedule. 4:03 to go here in the first quarter. No score in this one. A battle for first in the Commonwealth division of the mid-pen. Lee looking. Lee downfield. Lee has his man, but he's out of bounds. And again, good coverage there by Patty Hernjack.
Granberry was on an inside route and worked inside to outside about 15 yards down the field to the sidelines to try to get to the chains, but ran out of real estate and the ball was thrown out of bounds.
So one would think you're going to have to punt out of here now if you're Harrisburg, but wait and see.
Absolutely. And let's check and see how the Harrisburg snap is and the punting game, because that can make a difference in winning and losing a football game. Let's see how they do here.
So far, field position, everything in this game. Right now, you need a good punt if you're Harrisburg. Oh, wow, what a bomb. I mean, he just unloaded this. Can they get to it before it gets into the end zone? You bet they can. On the 1-yard line, how about that? Or did he take it in with him?
Took it in with him.
Man, he could have stopped it right there in the 1 and kicked it out, and instead he took it in with him. What a great punt, though.
All that he had to do was just drop it, take it, and drop it back, or hold on to it. Yeah, if you're going to flow in the end zone, and it ends up coming out the 20. Great punt by the Cougars.
Man, what a spiral that was, and that was into the wind as well, so a beautiful punt. And again, good exchange of field position nevertheless, and the ball on the 20-yard line for Cumberland Valley as they set up for their second time with the football. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter from Severance Field here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Big break for the Eagles there. They got a bunch trip set wide to the right. And only 2 receivers out, 2 defenders out there. I'm looking for them to throw the ball out here. And 2 guys block, 1 guy catch and run, keep Harrisburg off balance.
See what Isaac Sines has in mind here. Sines a good runner as well. Remember, he's averaging over 100 yards a game, had 151 last week. And a good handoff here. We'll get out to the 24-yard line.
Nice job running the ball there. Expect eventually that pass is going to be thrown out to the Tripster side based on Harrisburg's defensive alignment. That's the huge advantage of lining up in shotgun, as you see it happen high school and college all over the country.
Gain in the play of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 26-yard line. 3:09 to go now in the first quarter.
2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback this time.
Now you got Starretts in there for the first time this afternoon along with Hunter. Starretts a good, powerful runner straight forward. He's the kind of guy that'll get it right here and bang, bang, bang as he gets a couple of yards. Should bring up about 3rd down and a long 2 or 3. Starretts just shredded Central when he played him in the game we did a few weeks ago, and they won 35-33. Big guy had a, I think, you talk about Cumberland Valley, they had a perfect first half. That was probably as good a half of football as you're going to see play.
Number 42 on the carry, Bryce
for Harrisburg. Elijah Murphy Jr., a sophomore, really slowing things down.
It brings up 4th down.
I think that's Shamar Humphrey, rather. So it brings up another 4th down, and you got to kick it out of there. And here's Hernjack again. So field position is the name of the game here in the first quarter. That's the storyline. Patty Hernjack. Another beautiful punt. Man, we've seen some punts here this afternoon so far. Look at this. Talk about your perfect spiral. Ball taken to the 26-yard line and returned out to the 40-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Cumberland Valley. Man, the punters were on their game today so far.
Absolutely. And it looks like the wind's was at his back there, which was helpful. Nice 14-yard return. Decent coverage by the Eagles as well. When you get a long punt like that, there's some running room.
You talk about Hernjack. Hernjack averaging close to 40 yards a punt this year, so doing a pretty good job at the punting game. So Harrisburg with their 3rd opportunity here with 1:29 to go in the first quarter. Beautiful sunshine splashed afternoon here at Severance Field, all part of our Fox 43 football frenzy. There's Lee to the outside. Has his man right there very quickly. And his man is Titus Carter. Is that him for the first time? Do I have the number right?
It's so hard to see these gray numbers, silver numbers on the black jerseys.
And it's actually going to be number 13, Elias Koch, a wide receiver who's an outstanding young player. Heard a lot about him coming to the game today. 2nd down and 5 out near side. Man in the flat. You look out, you got some room to run here. And a good pass out to the near side. That's going to be Amir Granberry as Sean Lee continues to find his men open. And Harrisburg continued to move the ball pretty well.
And simplistic passes. What they did there, they had 3 receivers to one side, threw the quick ball, got 2 lead blockers on 2 defenders for Cumberland Valley, and you're going to get big yardage there. Cumberland's got to make an adjustment there to that trip set.
Here you have Harrisburg with the ball. 1st down and 10.
Quarterback keeper.
And this time it's Lee. Nice job of kind of slicing his way around the outside and sliding down there. But nice pickup on the play by Sean Lee. His first time keeping the ball this afternoon and gaining yardage. Should be 2nd down and 6 now.
The versatility of Harrisburg's offense so far is very impressive. Wouldn't you think so, Gary?
I think they've spread it around really, really well so far with the short passing game and quick bursts by guys like this. Williams getting it back now. He'd not had it for a while. They used him and kind of featured him in the opening series, and since then they've kind of passed it around a little bit more.
Yeah. And credit to Cumberland Valley defense there. Point of attack right there, limiting the yardage, bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. And that's the end of the first quarter coming up here, Gary.
And that will be it in about 10 seconds right here. First quarter coming to an end. An entertaining first quarter. Field position, the name of the game, punting the name of the game, and Harrisburg on the move as we get ready to start quarter number 2 right here. This is High School Sports Live TV, the game of the week on Fox 43.2.
If it's used car peace of mind you're looking for, Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford brings you a wide selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, carefully chosen and inspected for dependable driving pleasure. For the ultimate peace of mind, shop the Hoffman collection of Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a used vehicle, you can feel good about your loved one's driving.
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Advanced Hoops is still signing players up for fall basketball training. As fall sports are wrapping up, players can jump in the last 6 to 7 weeks of the D1-led fall basketball training. Shooting with Charlie, post with Duke, point guard with Gerald, and speed agility with Archie Smith. Go to www.advancedhoops.com. Getting ready to start quarter number 2 here at Severance Field in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Nothing but Harrisburg on the move. Ball at the 38-yard line here as we start quarter number 2. 6 first downs so far here for Harrisburg. 10 passes and 10 runs in the first quarter. So talk about balance. There you go, for
Cumberland Valley straight. Looks like they're in man free maybe.
Little option pitch near side, and man, Williams got some room to run. Williams slashes across the 25, down near the 22-yard line. Nice job that time of selling the option play and then pitching out.
Absolutely. It looked like it might have been man. It was tough to tell. Try to read. It may have been a man free. The reason I bring that up, you'll see the replay here. Against option, there's an opening. If guys are caught up with the receivers, don't have their eyes back into the backfield, some big plays can happen with that Cougar speed.
And again, yet another wrinkle here. Nice pass over the middle. This one could be in the end zone, and a great pass by Sean Lee, 24-yard touchdown pass
to Kyle Williams.
And he's got Kyle Williams in the end zone, 24-yard touchdown pass. But we have a hold, and it's going to get called back.
It might be an ineligible receiver where it's located. We'll see if we can see the replay. We'll be able to tell maybe there was a guy that was covered.
Ineligible receiver downfield, Jim Bruno with the call there. By the way, our officials this afternoon, Jim Bruno, Michael Rucker, linesman Phil Salutsti. I'll say that right. Joe Jablonski and Steve Lomberger. And so those are your officials this afternoon, but they call it back.
If we can get the replay here from the truck, we can see the three receivers. Two of them were probably on the line of scrimmage. Let's see it right here. At the top, yep, you see the top two guys? They're both on the line of scrimmage. So the second receiver, the middle receiver, went down the field, which he cannot, he just needs to be off the ball. That's simple.
So instead of a touchdown, you're going to come back to the 29-yard line and a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be first down now and 15 for the Cougars as, talk about taking the air out of the sails there.
Absolutely. That's just a bad mistake by the Harrisburg receiver. You want to hug the line of scrimmage, but you can't have two of those guys on the line if they're all going out for pass routes.
Here it is, another job. Hopkins just slams forward, gets back the penalty yardage at least. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, he got past that and maybe got 6 or 7 on that extra effort. That's a big thing to put yourself in a quality 4-down situation if it comes to that. 2nd and 8, you're now back in reasonable, manageable down and distance situation.
Or as all the modern day guys like to say, back on schedule, right?
That's exactly right.
2nd down and 8 as they send 3 receivers again far side. This time 2 tandem, one by himself out there, one near side. Got Hopkins in the backfield. Hopkins going to get the call again. Hopkins barreling forward. Hopkins trying to get to the end zone. The big guy gets down inside the 10-yard line near the 8, and a nice run by Mekhi Hopkins.
Very physical runner, 2 plays in a row. Really challenging that Cumberland Valley run defense. They spread him with the 4 wides, and then they run Hopkins.
Interesting, Cal Everett went for the pass game, then calling Hopkins 2 straight plays, and he's answered the bell.
Sure.
Here's your handoff again. Why not go a 3rd time? This time, stopping him in the backfield and doing a very nice job of getting in there is Joshua Wagenheim, another one of those very active guys along with Sauve and Butler, who seem to be the big tacklers on this team.
So far, we haven't seen the kicking game field goal-wise for the Cougars.
Hopkins is the guy that does the kicking for them as well.
I say that because are they in a manageable, with the wind at their back, a field goal situation? Of course. But potentially 4-down territory here. 2nd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, I think they're thinking 7, not 3. So here's Lee back there. Hopkins with him, man in motion. Near side. There's
back out.
Out to Hopkins. Got to take him one-on-one. And man, he did. What a great play there by Cumberland Valley. That was Alex Sauve again coming up to make the tackle on Hopkins. That's a load to bring down.
Absolutely well-designed play there. They motioned to the short side of field. 3 receivers. They had 1 receiver at the top, and they got the back out one-on-one with the linebacker. Heady play call by the Cougars, but Sauve made the play here, as you'll see on the replay. There goes Hopkins in the left flat. Ball in the money. Sauve one-on-one makes the tackle.
Yeah, after watching Hopkins take down a few guys before, 2 and 3 at a time, he thought, what can I do one-on-one? Well, Sauve says, nothing this time. 3rd down and goal.
Here comes pressure.
And they're coming at him hard, flushing him out. Did they get him to the outside? Here it is again to Williams. Williams still in bounds. Williams trying to get to the end zone. Williams in, touchdown.
No, out of bounds at the 2.
Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. They had him stepping out. It was close. It was close.
Great second effort by Kyle Williams to get in the end zone. However, he did step out, it looks like, at the 2-yard line. We'll see the replay.
See our cameraman right down here.
Nice job avoiding the rush by Lee.
Yeah, Lee managed to buy himself a couple extra seconds. Here it is. Coming. Right there, he steps
out.
Right foot, great work by our camera guy.
Oh, he actually stepped out at the 3.
And looks like Cumberland Valley has gotten the ball back and stuffed Harrisburg here on the goal line. Huge play right here. Mark that number down at the 9-11 mark here of quarter number 2. CV stopping Harrisburg. Wow.
We missed out on watching the replay. Sorry about that. They lined up quickly and ran the football, and were just short, like half a yard short were the Cougars.
9-11 here in the second quarter. Mark that time down because the Cougars looked like they were marching in. Thought they had 2 touchdowns there. Both got called back. So now you got to think Starrettes might get it here and start banging forward. And it's not going to be Starrettes. It's going to be Hunter, and Hunter gets him some workable area out there near the 8, maybe 9-yard line.
Big run there for Cumberland Valley to get out from their own end zone. Give themselves some manageable field position here. 2nd and 4.
So it'll be second down. They'll call it 3 yards now as they line up again. 1 man in the backfield along with the quarterback. And again, it's going to be a handoff. And again, over that left side. And again, fighting out and getting a first down. So nice job for Cumberland Valley just running the ball and getting out here in some workable area. It looked like it might have been Hunter again getting the call.
Scrappy two-way football players, Hunter.
Hunter doing a nice job with the run here. Here comes Cumberland Valley again, trying to get some area to do some work in. Right now, it's pretty much running time for Cumberland Valley, the Eagles. Straight back, Signs looking, Signs flushed out. Signs taking off. He's got some room to run if he wants to go, and he does. And Signs gets closed on quickly at about the 19-yard line. Looked like he had some running room, and that closed up fast for Harrisburg, all that speed.
Gary, we've seen it for decades. You said it as well as I could. The Harrisburg Cougar defense runs to the football, and they're playing a lot of zone coverage. Their eyes are on the quarterback there, and they made that 5-yard gain, which was nice. It could have been 10 against another defense.
Ball at the 20.
Up offsides by the Cougars, and they didn't call it.
And I think he got back, apparently, but no gain on the play. And I think Cumberland Valley wanted the offsides, and the official says, not until I blow the whistle, guys.
That's right, and it's in high school, you just have to cross the neutral zone. It looked from here like he did, but give the official the benefit of the doubt. They got a better angle right there. If we can see this replay, it'll be interesting to – I really thought we're going to go to the third down play here.
Don't forget about Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up here at the end of the first half. 7:19 to go until then.
Harrisburg has numbers out here to the wide side of field with 3 receivers, and they're going to send 4 with the motion.
And there's Signs again. Signs looking to throw. Signs finds a man, but he's going to be short of his intended receiver downfield. And that was Patty Hernjack, and so a 4th down. So Harrisburg holds. Nice defensive stops by Harrisburg.
You mentioned intended receiver. The first receiver they were looking for was on the right all by himself. Harrisburg did a great job undercovering it with 2 men. The linebacker got to the flat quickly and forced the quarterback to go to another receiver, and nobody was really open. Nice defense by the Cougars on that 3rd down stop. And it's going to give them a chance at another full possession with 7 minutes to go in the half. I'd like to get these punt returners to move up for Harrisburg some, even though Harrisburg ball's been punted well. It's into the wind this time.
Hernjack, this one's a low, flat punt.
There it is.
Now he's hoping for a roll. He gets a little bit of a roll. It rolls down the 45 to the 43, down near the 42, and that's where it'll be down by Cumberland Valley. So again, not a bad change of field into the wind.
Absolutely.
6:56 to go here in the first half. Gary Sutton with you alongside of Ford Chapman. Nothing this game so far. What's the theme? What are you seeing so far as kind of a trend in this game?
I'm seeing both offenses being able to move the sticks a little bit. Harrisburg really hurt themselves with that ineligible receiver downfield with their alignment mistake on that touchdown. And it's still 0-0 because of it.
I've been totally impressed by the versatility of Harrisburg. They've showed you a little bit of everything in so far. From straightforward handoff to the using a whole lot of different receivers on passes to the option plays. All kinds of things going on with Harrisburg so far. But they've had field position to do it. Cumberland Valley has not had the kind of field position Harrisburg has had so far.
Good point.
So here's Harrisburg with the football again. Ball at the 42, inside handoff. And this is going nowhere in a hurry, as the handoff is going to be for no gain at all. It's Prather, the sophomore, 5'9", carrying the ball for the first time this afternoon. This one went for no gain.
They strung out the jet sweep very nicely to bring up 2nd and 10.
Didn't look like a real clean handoff of the jet sweep that time.
That's because it was a low snap. The ball was at the ankles of the quarterback there, Lee.
So it'll be second down now. They're going to call it 8. It's closer to 10. Here's Lee, out to the flat. Has a man there, and again, the guy he finds, this Elias Koch, who stands about 6'3", and what a target.
Tackle on the play was Signs. The quarterback got out and made that tackle one-on-one. Very nut. You'll see it right here. Get the ball in space to your athletes, but Signs held on barely and drove him out of bounds. Nice job.
Elias Koch, only a freshman, 6'3", 190 pounds. So keep an eye on this kid.
Interestingly, there are 3 receivers to the boundary here. Look for maybe one of them to go in motion, I would think, towards the wide side. Here it comes.
And there's Williams. They get the handoff to Williams. Williams slashes his way through the middle. Across the 50. Williams open. Williams down the near side. 40, 30. Williams going to the 20. Williams trying to find a way to the end zone. Williams out of bounds right around the 6-yard line, but a great job by Williams of picking his way through the defense and then finding his way to the outside.
A play designed to go left to the motion man. He ends up cutting it back right. If we can get another look at this, what a nice run by the veteran Kyle Williams. Here it is.
Watch, he picks his way in here.
Watch the cut.
And this right there then just takes off and puts it on another speed ball. It's going to be first and goal to go at the 5-yard line. And again, Harrisburg knocking at the door. Slashing into the end zone is Williams, and Kyle Williams scores the first touchdown of the game at the 6:02 mark of the second quarter. And Harrisburg finally gets on the board here. They have been there often in the first half and just haven't been able to cash it in. This time they do it.
Gary, you said it very well just a few moments ago. The versatility of the Cougar offense, and they showed it here on this drive. And there's the touchdown to Pater. 5 yards.
And you looked at Williams from the back, and again, what you pointed out a moment ago, just his ability to make the cuts and moves and lose people.
We're going to go for 2 here from the 3-yard line.
Interesting. Hopkins in the backfield with him. And they give it to Hopkins. Hopkins dives to the end zone. Did he get it?
Yes, he did.
He sure did. And Hopkins for 2. And instead of him kicking 1, Hopkins says, I'll get 2 for you. It's 8-0. Harrisburg leads at 6:02 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
And welcome back. 4 plays, 58 yards, 53 seconds, and Williams with a 5-yard touchdown run to cash it in for Harrisburg, and they lead it 8-0 with the 2-point conversion by Mekhi Hopkins going 3 yards into the end zone. And so Harrisburg, who's been knocking on the door the whole first half here for Chapman, finally finding a way to get into pay dirt.
Absolutely, and got to look see if Cumberland Valley can respond here with 6 minutes to go in the half. Their offense has been decent, but bad field position, as you alluded to.
Now, kick back here, and it's going to be taken by Cumberland Valley's Griffin Huffman. He can run.
Oh, that's a hold.
And he slips, and there's a hold back in the back. This is going to be called back no matter where it ends up.
Yeah, definite hold there by the blocker for the Eagles. I didn't catch the number, but grabbed a hold of the jersey and just dragged the guy down behind him as the Cougar defender fell over the Cumberland Valley blocker.
Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you. And 4, we talked at the top of the show today about Cumberland Valley scored 90 points in the first half so far this season. They have rumbled off, and Harrisburg's only given up 13. Guess who's winning out in that battle so far?
You're darn right. And this field position issue that we've talked about is hurting Cumberland Valley again, as they're going to march the ball back well inside the 20-yard line. Half the distance to the goal, it looks like, which will put them around the 12-yard line.
And where Harrisburg has had all kinds of options because of good field position, Cumberland Valley has been so limited because of bad field position to the number of plays they're going to call, the types of plays they're going to call, right?
Absolutely.
Here's Cumberland Valley with the football. Signs has not had a whole lot going on so far, and he has been flushed out of that pocket regularly, having a tough time getting away. Look out. Still finding a way to get open, and look at this. Signs is going to turn this into a first down. He looked like they had him nabbed in the backfield, and now a flag on the far side as well. Might be unsportsmanlike.
Excellent job by Hopkins. Excuse me, by Sign to get out of elude that rush by the Cougars.
Take a look at this. This is like a magician. They had him dead to rights. One, take a look. He's got him again. He got him again. How about right there? No. How about there? No. He gets away here and then turns into a first down.
Anxious to see what the penalty is here.
Someone's calling it unsportsmanlike. Doesn't look like anything really happened over there, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what they're calling.
I saw a potential hold out there late in the run by a Cumberland Valley receiver. That's what it's on the Cougars. Okay.
So it's a hold against the Cougars. And now a big play here for Cumberland Valley, not only to get the first down, but a penalty on top of that. Travis Sparks, our statistician today, back at the mothership, and he is keeping an eye on everything for us here this afternoon. So Cumberland Valley's march will continue now as they finally get somewhat decent field position at the 35, 5:45 to go until halftime. Our Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up then. We'll have Archie Smith up here as well to give his thoughts to the first half. And the handoff off the right side.
Somebody's down for the Cougars here. We have an injury.
Starrett's getting the call there, and we have an injury on the field. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll come right back, and we'll check the injury for you here. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
The Jet Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambalvo Mazda. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambalvo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Cumberland Valley. And Amir Jones comes off the field on his own power, which is good to see. You don't want any players down here. So 2nd down and 7 as we pick up play at the 38-yard line. Cumberland Valley with the football here. Here's Signs. Signs across the middle, and it's intercepted by Harrisburg. Intercepted at the 49-yard line, and bringing it back for Harrisburg. Big time interception right there. Was that Quincy Brannon?
Yes, it looks like Quincy Brannon, the freshman, whose dad was a phenomenal receiver, D-end, kick returner. What a great football player.
Quincy Brannon with the interception. Look at this. Signs is looking downfield.
Crossing route. He had a crossing route open, but you got to be careful on those crossing routes, Gary, that a defender from the other side doesn't peel back and pick it, and that's what you had right there. Great read by Brannon.
Huge pickoff for Harrisburg here. And a chance to really get a 2-score lead here in the first half.
They have the Cumberland Valley defense spread out as we have an official timeout for a moment. With the defense spread out so much, I'm expecting a run by Hopkins, but they're taking Hopkins out of the game due to potentially blood, something on his jersey. I'm not sure. The umpire stopped the game and had it come out for a play. But look who went in there, another big bruiser.
Yeah, so you're looking now.
Looks like Epps, the junior running back.
Stepping in there is the big guy Epps, Ryan Epps, a junior, 6'1", 230 pounds.
Expected to be a lead blocker, and here he is.
There's your pass out. Again, back out to the outside, he goes to Amir Granberry, and Granberry again turns a short play into a nice gain.
What looked like a run-pass option there for the Cougars. You can hand the ball off if you're Lee. You can also throw it out. If you don't see enough guys out covering the perimeter, you fire the ball out to one of your skill guys. And they can do it right here again. They're going to do it.
2nd down and 4 for Lee. You got Williams, and Williams, chance to get to the end zone again? No. This time he's going to get down to the 15, though, and that'll be enough for another Harrisburg first down as they continue to move the ball.
Harrisburg very well coached with this quick passing game. If Cumberland Valley does not put enough defenders out there to stop it, they're going to lead block with the other receivers, throw the ball to a skill guy. You'll see it right here. Get it out, and right there, Williams does the rest.
And plenty of skill guys out there to make plays for him, that's for sure, for.
Look for the run here.
1st down and 10.
There it is.
There's your handoff. There's Williams again inside the 15, down near the 12, maybe the 11.
Hopkins lead blocking, and that offensive line to beef up front for the Cougars. Getting them some manageable yardage here. About 3 yards, Gary?
About 3 yards. It's going to be second down. They're going to call it 2 here. I've called 3. Second yards at a short 7 or a long 8, whatever you want to call it. But Harrisburg on the march. We know that for sure. And it looked like Cumberland Valley coming with some kind of blitz there, big time.
Nice job holding the cadence. Lee.
And bang, over the middle, down near the 5-yard line. Smashing forward again.
Hopkins.
It's going to be Hopkins who's back in there now, no worse for wear.
You know, Gary, when you line up like that and you run blitz like that, you can't over-pursue. And that's what happened here. Hopkins got through that initial charge.
Ran right by him. Here's Hopkins again. They like him there. Man, the entire Cumberland Valley line rises up against him. He's inside the 5, down near the 2-yard line.
Nice defense, Gary, but did you see the leg drive of Hopkins? We saw him last year in that Manheim Township game we did today. Harrisburg won in overtime with Hopkins on the goal line. Hopkins actually fumbled the ball that Manheim recovered, but they said he was down. The next play on 4th down, scored from the 1, and Harrisburg got out of there with a victory.
And it's first down now and goal to go. So now you get 4 cracks here. Do you think Hopkins might get the ball a few more times?
Absolutely. Those receivers are out wide for disguise, a decoy.
And they keep it. And instead, diving for the end zone, was that Lee?
Yes, but they're going to run the ball. They're not going to take any chances of throwing it out here.
Lee with the safe thing there as he held on to it. He's right, going to be on the goal line.
Inside the 1-yard line.
Interesting play there. Everybody in the world's looking for Hopkins to get it, and Lee kept it. Now the ball on the 1. You got to think the big guy might handle it here. Hopkins, he doesn't get it again, and Lee again dives to the end zone. And a helmet comes off. You got a flag down, a whole bunch of flags down. Harrisburg wants a touchdown.
Touchdown is called on the field.
Let's sort it all out here for the moment. Lee kept it, dove for the goal line, saw a helmet come off, saw the flags come out. Here we go. There's a fake. Just kind of that option play where you put it in the belly and pull it out. And so what is the call? Let's see what the officials have. And the official explaining it right now over there, Jim Bruno. Jim Bruno says it's a touchdown. So at the 2:26 mark, touchdown, Sean Lee.
They're already up 14-0 because they went for 2 the first time. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. It looks like they're going to go for 2 again, and they can put the ball.
Because of the penalty?
Yeah, let's see what they do here.
If they get the penalty, it could be half the distance.
They're going to put it to 3. They're going to take the penalty on the kickoff.
Right.
But they're electing to go for 2 again.
Last time they gave it to Hopkins and let him bang it in.
2 backs in the backfield here. Interesting on this set. Potentially a guy in motion.
Now Lee's carried it the last 2 times. This time they give it to Williams. Williams trying to find his way in the end zone. Williams is going to get cut down before he gets there. And so 2-point conversion unsuccessful. But Harrisburg gets yet 6 more, 14-0, 2:26 to go until half. We take a break. We'll be right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility. Confidence in our ultra-modern service facility. Peace of mind with master technicians. Satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And welcome back to Severance Field, where Harrisburg has taken control of this game 14-0, despite the fact that they did not get the other 2-point conversion here, but 14-0, and they have looked impressive in the first half for Chapman.
Yes, and they're going to kick off from Cumberland Valley territory after that 15-yard face mask on the touchdown. But those 2 points, should Cumberland Valley make a comeback, make a huge difference, because it's now on 14. It's on a 2-touchdown number with 2 PATs instead of the 16 that Harrisburg almost got.
Cumberland Valley, who has been dynamite in the first half this year, being held scoreless so far in the first half here today by a team that's only given up 13 first half points all year long. So,
absolutely.
90-13, and the 90 is off the board. The 13 is standing on the side of Harrisburg right now, and Harrisburg has looked impressive with their offense here in the first half and their defense as well. Coach Cal Everett's team well coached. So is that other guy on the other side, Mr. Oswald. Josh Oswald doing a great job.
Absolutely. Two really good football coaches. Both played at their alma maters.
So what do you
think?
think?
Both coaching at their alma maters.
Exactly. Both went to school where they coach.
Starretts.
And stood up there in the backfield. And in on the tackle, Terrell Reynolds, a 6'2" senior, leading the charge in defensive end spot.
What Cumberland Valley was able to do, Gary, against Central York in the first half, scoring 35 points week 2, was get a lot of positive running yards and mix the run and pass up. And Harrisburg defense is doing a heck of a job limiting that.
Second and 9.
And Oswald's having a tough time finding anywhere really to go. He's scrambling for his life most times. Oswald, by the way, when you talk about what he's done so far, he had 151 yards running last week. The week before that, 138. The week before that, 100. And the week before that, 50. So he has had an outstanding season so far.
Talk about the quarterback.
Talk about the quarterback.
Signs, yeah.
Yeah, Signs.
For Josh Oswald, the coach for the Cumberland Valley Eagles.
Exactly. Yeah, Signs has been dynamite. Did I say Oswald? I meant Signs.
Yes.
Oswald's staying playing there. The long pass. He's coaching now. But Isaac Signs has been nothing short of tremendous this year. He's been bottled up here in the first half so far with plays like this. They're flushing him out regularly, and there it is again. Harrisburg in, stuffing the play one more time.
Harrisburg electing numerous years ago, Calvin Everett decided to get more simplistic with his defense. And they went to more of a 4-4 look with a zone look over top so his players could be athletes and react with their eyes and run to the football and make breaks on the ball. And they had, we'll get into this in a second, I'm going to talk about their turnover ratio.
How about Naquan Prather there with that flush out? Here's Starretts, and Starretts out across the 30, near the 32, but still a long way to go here coming up with third down.
And that year, Harrisburg went to the state championship, and they played St. Joe's Prep. Prior to that St. Joe's Prep game, they had 14 pick sixes.
Wow.
14 times they intercepted the ball and ran back for a touchdown. They did it in the game against St. Joe's Prep in the first quarter as well. And that's impressive.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 1:15 to go here in the first half. This is High School Sports Live TV. Game of the week on Fox 43.2. 1:15 to go here in the first half. 14-0. Harrisburg leads it. Fort Chapman, Gary Sutton with you. And coming up at halftime, so Jack Giambalvo halftime report, the Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats, and the Capital Region first half highlights. But we got some football to play before that. 1:15 to go. Cumberland Valley.
3rd and 12.
3rd and 12. Big down coming up here in Harrisburg.
To make it 3rd and 7.
Just made it more manageable without having to run a play, right?
Now, back to what we were before the break. Harrisburg, numerous years ago, going to more of a zone look, eyes on the football, read and react. The Harrisburg, what that did allowed Harrisburg's defensive backs and linebackers to be able to play football and react to the offense, and they use their athleticism with all those turnovers.
3rd down, 7. Big play coming up here. Signs looking to run. Signs getting around the corner. Not going to do it. The 40-yard line, and the ball is going to have to get punted out of there if you're Cumberland Valley now.
If you're Harrisburg, I'd get a timeout here, force a punt.
And that's exactly what they're going to do here. Timeout Harrisburg with 1:02 to go in the first half. Only 13 seconds off the clock there. Take a look again. This happened all afternoon so far. Signs being flushed out of the pocket and then covered with that great speed closing down for Harrisburg.
Most teams, Signs is going to run for a first down. But against the Harrisburg defense with that quickness, notorious for their quickness, and once again, their ability to play zone coverage and have their eye on the quarterback and run to the football and make tackles when you get there. That's Harrisburg Cougar defense. They've been doing it for a long time.
And that was Damone Maxwell Jr., number 32, closing in on him and taking him out of bounds that time. So Harrisburg getting ready to get the ball back here with 1:02 to go in the first half.
We didn't know Damone Maxwell Sr. as a football player. We sure did know him as a basketball player. State championship
exactly
in the
right.
late 90s. with Mark Lester, another good, very good two-way football, basketball star. Kirk Smallwood.
One of my favorite friends and coaching, and just did a great job with that team.
Absolutely.
Fun to watch.
Williams and
Kirk Smallwood, one of the great people around people.
Sure is.
Didn't just coach players, but coach people. Now you're going to get a kick out of there by Hernjack. Hernjack with another pretty good punt here into the wind, although it's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, where Harrisburg will get it again with 55 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see what the mindset is for Harrisburg right here.
I think with a 2-touchdown lead, you either run some type of quick hitter or draw, or you just throw a quick pass out to one of your skill guys. To throw it down the field right now and risk an interception at your own 25, I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Harrisburg if they get some good yardage on this first down play, starts to get more aggressive.
We talked about how Harrisburg's defense has played in the first half. Cumberland Valley only has 50 yards on its first 14 plays of the half. So it has not been a good half here for the Eagles thus far, a team that is used to having its way thus far this year.
Empty set for the Cougars. Cumberland Valley rushing 3.
You wonder if Sean Lee just going to keep it and maybe go down the middle. And there he goes. Lee looking to pass. They got a flag down here on the field.
That's what you don't want. That's what we just talked about. You don't want to throw the ball down the field and get a turnover if you're Harrisburg.
And Bryce Butler picks it off the tip. Now it's holding
but
on
he
Harrisburg.
Fumbled it. But hold on, he fumbled the ball right before he got tackled, and Harrisburg recovered the fumble.
We got a bunch going on here. We got a flag. We got an interception. We got a fumble. Let's see what the referee calls on there.
If it's against Cumberland Valley, Harrisburg can get the ball right there where the fumble was or take the penalty. If it's against Harrisburg.
Here you go. Lee's looking. Lee buying himself some time.
If it's against Harrisburg, Cumberland Valley's going to take the penalty and push Harrisburg back.
There's the tip. There's Butler. Butler coming down the field. Butler's going to be tackled from behind.
And he took the ball right from him. Great hustle by that receiver. He couldn't catch the number.
So now they're having a confab over here around the 30-yard line of the officials. Jim Bruno listening to everybody. Michael Rucker talking to him there.
Phil Salusti involved in there as well. Phil Salusti was the head referee last night for Central Dauphin at State College. It was a mid-pen crew at State College last night.
Busy guys, right? Joe Jablonski, Steve Romberger in on that confab. Looked like the United Nations meeting there. So it's a hold. And he's going to point. Let's see who he points to. Is it a hold against Cumberland Valley? So everything going Harrisburg's way right now.
So it's 15 from the original line of scrimmage, which will take it out to the 40-yard line, right around the 40. It's going to be 1st and 10 Harrisburg.
So now you got 43 seconds to go. And you wonder if Harrisburg will change the way they want to approach this right now.
Once again, I'm not going to be surprised if Harrisburg tries to get a quick hitting bubble screen or quick stop and run after the catch. Try to move the chains again and get in Cumberland Valley territory and then take some shots.
So it's 1st down and 10 at the 39 for Harrisburg.
3-man down front for Cumberland Valley. They're 8 back into coverage.
They obviously were looking to pass last time. Here's Lee rolling the same type of play, looking again, same type of pass, this time overthrowing. Just on the other side of the 50-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now, 37 yards or 37 seconds to go in the first half. Archie Smith Jr. will join us here at halftime to take a look at the first half and give his thoughts on that. He's been down traveling the sidelines. We'll also have halftime highlights and stats for you as well, the Jack Giambalvo halftime report. So 37 seconds to go here in the first half. Harrisburg in command at the moment.
It's like a holding call, moving back. I think look for Harrisburg just to run the clock out here with 37, not do anything foolish.
Yeah, now you're in a situation where the field position not what you had before. And look for Harrisburg maybe to get a few handoffs and get out off the field.
Remains 1st down and 20 for Harrisburg.
So he's going to take a knee as Sean Lee, and
Sean Lee takes
pretty much
a knee.
sure that's what's going to happen one more time yet, and then that'll be it for the first half.
That's all I have to do one time because the 40-second play clock, so that's all she wrote.
So it's been an interesting first half here for him. We're going to talk about it more at halftime when we have a chance to sit down a little bit and talk with Archie. But, you know, Harrisburg pretty much having its way. And they're doing everything they want to do on defense, keeping Isaac Signs bottled up, keeping the running game shut down. And then on their other side, showing great versatility in their offense. And they had a few other got to remember they had a few other times they could have scored. This could be a bigger score right now than 14-0, but Cumberland Valley has to regroup here for the second half. Jack Giambalvo halftime report straight ahead here as we end the first half. The Capital Blue Cross at AT&T halftime stats. The Capital Region first half highlights. But before we get to halftime, stay tuned for a very special video. Big Star and Charlie Fortney promoting the Raw Sports Advanced Hoops College Fall Showcase. And we'll do it right here on Fox 43.2.
I'm Charlie Fortney with Advanced Hoops. I'm excited about our annual college showcase for boys and girls, seniors, and some select underclassmen. Big Star, what's up?
My man, I'm Big Star here, Raw Sports, man. Finally excited here to be able to collaborate with you to help promote these two events, man.
I'm excited about that because your promotion, there's no promotion like Raw Sports. So the Raw Sports Annual College Showcase is going to be awesome because every year 30-plus coaches are sitting in the seats, as you can see, and also we get the best players from all over South Central Pennsylvania. Big Star, with your promotion already this year, I know you're having open runs for boys and girls. We're already seeing kids coming the whole way from Delaware, Philadelphia.
For sure.
Talk about it, bro.
Absolutely, man. Listen, locally, the buzz spread. I was sending out the golden tickets and all that kind of stuff. But, once I started to put the stuff on social media, instantly, people are in my message box sending me messages from Allentown, guys reaching out to me about their kids in Delaware, the Philly area. So word is spread, man. And y'all know, once the high school hoop season is over, I load up for my Raw Sports, All-Stars Donna Frio Classic team. So I'm always on the hunt for talent for the Raw Sports All-Stars, man. So this is perfect.
How did the player get the golden ticket? I've seen the little, it looks like Willy Wonka. How does a top player who might not have been directly invited by you yet, how do they get one of those if you think they're a worthy player?
Well, I mean, I get endorsements from players, because they, birds of a feather flock together. A lot of players say, hey, my guy needs to be here. Or, coaches, I reach out to some coaches that get endorsements. Or just, players may reach out to me individually. Because a lot of times, it's a lot of players out there. I may forget some individuals. So, do a little background check, send me some film. And if they're worthy, I'll definitely send them out a golden ticket.
In Advanced Hoops, we've always been trying to help high school coaches help their players get placed. And this fall college showcase started over 15 years ago when high school coaches actually were working with us and asking us how can we get players through your normal 5-on-5s looked at by colleges. So we kind of worked together with high school coaches to bring players to it. Now it's a big showcase. And so high school coaches, if you're listening out there, if you have a senior or even a top junior or something that wants to be in front of college coaches because, hey, Big Star, talk about the live stream.
Oh, it's definitely going to be live stream, man, for any, locally, coaches who can get here by their own means of transportation, they're going to be here. But it's coaches, on the West Coast, the Midwest, who have heard about this event, who follow me on social media all across the country. And coaches are busy because coaches, colleges have started their own, programs and stuff like that. So any assistants who can't make it, they can watch the live stream online.
Yeah, last time we live streamed it, over 100 coaches were tuned in on the boys and the girls side, and all AAU teams are invited. There's no specific AAU programs, but the top players coming from Team PA, from all over Mid-Penn Motion, Central PA Elite, players that still want to get a look at by colleges. But I think you said it earlier off script that this is going to be the best run in town. So whether you have your college nailed down or not, we even bust kids in from prep schools, top kids, we'll have 50, 60 top players in the gym going at it for 2 hours on October 9th for the boys, 6:30 to 9 o'clock at night, and October 11th, that's a Tuesday for the girls, 6:30 to 9 o'clock. We usually use the 8:30 to 9 for the players to interact with the college coaches, and coaches like especially the coaches at the D3, D2 level, they're allowed to make contact with the players at that point. Big Star, talk about some of the at-event promotions you do. That's one of the greatest things, getting players there, promoting them. But at the event, it's amazing what you do on social media to give kids credit there. Talk about some of that, because I don't even understand it, to be honest with you, Big Star.
I got you, man. For any kids who know what I do, who follow me on social media, you already know. When we're live at the event, posting things on Instagram, in the stories, tweeting out things in the moment to let people know exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Letting people know, if somebody just got crossed over, somebody just got dunked on, and just pretty much putting the word out to coaches, to other scouts and recruiters to let them know what's going on, man. So whether someone's here or not, the word resonates, and they will know, who were some of your athletes who, showed up and did their thing.
Hey, the best of Raw Sports reputation is going to be on the line. The best of the Advanced Hoops reputation is going to be on the line. We're going to put this together and try to help kids, try to help build us a great venue so there can be a last chance recruiting for a lot of these young people. We're excited about it. Go to advancedhoops.com if you want to see more information on the event. How can players and coaches that still want their player or the players to get an invite and they want to fight for their case, how can they reach out to you?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Raw Sports Films, on Twitter at Big Star Raw Sport, and just send me a message. And if you have anybody you want to endorse, I'll consider them, do a little background check and definitely try to get them there.
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Welcome back to Severance Field. It's our Jack Giambavo halftime report. Harrisburg up 14-0 over Cumberland Valley here in the first half. And we want to take a look at a number of things here at halftime. Gary Sutton, Archie Smith Jr., Ford Chapman with me. But I want to talk first of all about the Capital Region first half highlights. So let's take a look at those right here, guys, and take us through, because most of it was a highlight film here for Harrisburg in the first half, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but also on the defensive side of the ball as well. Let's take a look at those Capital Region area first half highlights right here. Guys, take it away.
Over here, you can see Kyle Whitney, who we talked about, number 4, Mr. Do Everything, receiver, running back, getting the ball going up through the middle right now. Coming back, 2-point conversion, keeper, Makai Hopkins right now. As you can see, that ties the score up 8-0.
Now you see Signs, and Signs trying to find a man over the middle, but gets intercepted here by Brannon. And Brandon runs it back.
And that is a true
7-0 at this point in time.
That is a true freshman right there. And like we was talking about, guys putting guys in position to make plays, as you can see right here. Sean Lee keeps it on the quarterback keeper, and this was after the play call, which was a face mask that ended up putting Cumberland Valley deeper on field position.
Missed the 2-point conversion that time. 14-0 here at the half. It could have been worse. They were stopped at 4th down by Cumberland Valley earlier in the half. And Fort Chapman, you looked at what Harrisburg could do in the first half. Mostly it came because of a lot of good field position.
Absolutely.
They ran a variety of plays.
We talked about Archie. Cumberland Valley got a few first downs here and there, but they're always playing behind the yardage as far as field position wise. And even Harrisburg gave up one that would have been, Cumberland Valley got the ball at the 1-yard line on that punt that just got into the end zone. And Cumberland Valley just hasn't been able to knock on the door scoring-wise yet.
They've been able to contain. Like you can see that they spent hours of time on game planning for this game right here. As you can see, his Signs is Mr. Do Everything for Cumberland Valley's offense, and they have contained him. And it is a shocker with J.D. Hunter as well. You can see they're keeping everything in front of them, and they're not looking to give up the big play.
One of the things that stands out, we talked at the beginning of the game today about 90 points in the first half this year. That's where Cumberland Valley has really lived. And you said in the top of the game, 13 points, though, for Harrisburg in the first half. Harrisburg held it at 13 here. They've not gone beyond that. 0 on the board right now for Cumberland Valley. What do you have to do if you're Cumberland Valley here in the second half to really try to offset what Harrisburg's done, aside from getting better field position?
I think, number one, Cumberland Valley's not being diverse enough versatility-wise with passing and running. They're not able to pick up enough yardage throwing the football consistently, and a few runs have been nice. And if you look through most of the games so far, Harrisburg's sitting back in his zone. When Cumberland Valley has 3 receivers, Harrisburg's covered them with like 2.5. They're not really, until Cumberland Valley forces Harrisburg to spread it out defensively, they're not going to do it.
And one more thing, if you can see, Harrisburg is doing a lot of disguising. They're playing zone, but they're also showing them that they're playing in man. You can see these corners is coming up, and they're in these receivers' face, but also they're knowing in their game planning that they do have to get out the block of the Cumberland Valley receivers for that run game right now. And I think that Harrisburg is matching Cumberland Valley physicality on the line with the defensive backs.
Absolutely.
Time now to take a look at our Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats and take a look at these guys and what jumps out at you here other than the 14-0 score. That's huge so far.
Well, one thing that steps out to me is, I'm a defensive back coach right now, is the -7 passing right now. So one thing that I'm telling my guys in there, to keep steady, locked in on your guys, and do not let up right now.
You took a look at the turnovers. That was big in the first half. Cost another touchdown there for Cumberland Valley. But 192 total yards to 63. The defense so far, as Archie was saying, has been really dynamite for Harrisburg.
Yes, it has, and we mentioned it. That stat tells it all. Cumberland Valley has not been able to gain much through the air, and usually they're used to getting some decent yardage through the air, and with their quarterback running the football. He's gotten some decent runs, gotten out of a few, escaped from some rushes, but hasn't been able to continue to move the chains. Harrisburg's been tackling in space very well.
Take a look at the punting numbers of the first half. 4 for 40 for Hernjack. On the other side, 1 punt for Harrisburg, 61 yards that switched fields for them when they really needed to do that. So it's been a really interesting half. All kinds of good things going on here. So, guys, final thought here. Before we head to halftime, what's the one thing that Coach Oswald is saying his team right now for Cumberland Valley that's at the top of the list to do in the second half?
We have got to, he's saying, guys, we have got to mix the run and the pass. We got to start completing some passes, move the chains that way, mix up run and pass, keep that Harrisburg defense off balance. Because right now, Harrisburg's defense is dictating to the offense.
Cal Everett, what's it to do for the second half?
Red got the same we are not letting up. Not letting Cumberland get it off.
Harrisburg leads it all on Fox 43.2. Back after this.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Gary Sutton back here again with Ford Chapman at Severance Field. Just a couple other things for the first half, some individual numbers. Just to bear out what we talked about, signs, nothing for 2 in the first half. 1 interception, sacked once. 5 rushes for 25 yards for Hunter. Starrett's 4 rushes for 12 yards. Those are not the numbers they need. On Harrisburg side, Lee 11 for 14, 61 yards, 5 rushes, 13 yards, 1 touchdown. 103 total yards in the first half for Williams. We talked about his ability to be versatile, 1 touchdown. And Granberry, 3 receptions for 25 yards. Those numbers jump out. And then additional stats, first down, CV 3, Harrisburg 11. Third downs, nothing for 4 for CV, 4 for 7 for Harrisburg. Time of possession, 8:07 for CV in the first half. Harrisburg, 15 minutes and 53 seconds, double the time. 14-3 run-pass ratio, 23-15 for Harrisburg. Talk about balance and penalties. 4 for 45 for Cumberland Valley, 3 for 22 for Harrisburg. So Harrisburg really more dominant than they even are on the scoreboard right now in terms of numbers for.
This reminds me a lot of the first game of the season. Cumberland Valley hosted Manheim Township, and I went to that game as a fan, and Cumberland Valley found a way to win the game late, but they got out first down 23-7. They got outplayed number of plays. Manheim Township had 75 plays. Cumberland Valley had 33 in the whole game. And you're seeing that a little bit here. Can Cumberland Valley have the moxie to get back in this football game? They're only 2 scores down. We got a whole half of football to go.
And we're 2:30 away from finding out as we'll start the third quarter here. That's the end of our Jack C. and Belleville halftime report. Gary Sutton, Ford Chapman with you. We'll bring it back right after this. 14-0. The Cougars lead the Eagles. Will it change the second half, or will the Cougars find a way to claw their way home in this big one here in the Commonwealth Division of the Mid-Penn? All here on Fox 43.2. It's the High School Sports Live Game of the Week.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
And welcome back here to Severance Field as we're getting just ready to start the third quarter here. Both teams finishing their warm-ups. And wanted to tell you a little bit about Advanced Hoops, by the way, and maybe we can show that graphic up here on the screen. But Advanced Hoops is still signing players up for fall basketball training. As fall sports are wrapping up, players can jump in the last 6 to 7 weeks of the D1-led fall basketball training. You get shooting with Charlie Fortney, post with Duke. You got the point guard with Gerald and speed agility with Archie Smith Jr., who was here just a moment ago. Now you can go to www.advancedhoops.com. And I also want to tell you about Rejuve. By the way, Rejuve is a hyper wellness and recovery lounge offering innovative and cutting-edge treatments, helping people increase energy, boost metabolism, reduce inflammation and pain. Rejuve's rapid recovery treatments solve a major problem for athletes battling sports injuries. Call 717-756-6082 to ask about Game Pass. Only $89 package for athletes. Also go to Rejuve. That's REJUVV.net. That's Rejuve, REJUVV.net. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman ready to start second half. Archie Smith Jr. down on the sidelines. And, you know, you watch games, and, you know, we talk about Manheim Township a lot. That has been the common denominator in this game. They're ranked 16th in the state, by the way. Harrisburg coming in 19th, 11th for Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley beat Manheim Township by 4. You got Harrisburg losing to Manheim Township by 4. They're kind of the measuring stick. But it is kind of interesting when you talked about Manheim Township a little bit and how Cumberland Valley finds a way to win sometimes, even though the numbers might not be on their side.
Absolutely. And, you know, Harrisburg, remember, their first game of the year, aside from, I think, an opening kickoff or something that got down at Chambersburg, that multi-game double-day setup that got messed up because of bad weather and lightning, and Harrisburg never got to get that game in. So they're one game behind. So when they played Manheim, I know it was Cumberland Valley's first game, but Harrisburg's trying to work out some kinks, and they really look like they've done so, and they're more at midseason form today so far. Wouldn't you say, Gary?
I would. Here's Hopkins kicking off with a short kick, and out to the 31-yard line, and very quickly taken there by Cumberland Valley. Not sure what they were trying to do there, but Alex Sauve says it and says, I'll slide in, and we'll take the ball and have good field position. So Harrisburg kind of handed over field position for the first time all afternoon to Cumberland Valley, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And Cumberland Valley's going to get the ball out almost at the 40-yard line.
If you're Cumberland Valley there, you want to send a greeting card and say thank you.
I'm looking for Cumberland Valley to try to establish the running game more, but also fire the ball out and quick hitters to the wide receivers. They got a trip set up top. Try to get the ball to the guys in space quickly, not taking too much time.
Yeah, their pass plays in the first half all seem to be of the long type. There's Signs trying to find a way to get open, and right away he's sniffed out and taken down in his backfield again. And again, it's that quickness of Harrisburg coming up to play as Kamir Williams with a tackle that time.
Very nice tackle.
You know, they've not let Signs get to the outside. Watch him get fouled up here. You see the two ends keeping him right inside. There's nowhere to go. And here's Williams finishing off the play. Second down now, 12.
Four-man front for Harrisburg.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
Basically a 4-4-3.
There's Signs.
Keeping.
Signs keeps it himself. Signs getting banged as he gets out across the 42. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be third down and bring up 8.
Behind the chains here. So still we haven't seen a quick hitter throwing the ball, like a bubble screen or a stop pass with guys blocking ahead. And it's going to be tough to do now when you need 8 yards. But when they look down the field, if nobody's open, there's pressure on the quarterback quickly.
Zakai Lewis in on that tackle for Harrisburg. 10:46 to go. We're just starting the third quarter. Gary Sutton, Fort Chapman with you. Our whole Invicta crew as we're bringing you High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week. All part of the Fox 43 Football Frenzy here on Fox 43.2. Hope you're enjoying the day with us.
4 wide out set for Cumberland Valley.
Not found a whole lot of short passing plays so far. Everything's been of the long nature, like right here. They're trying again, and this time they got him in. It might be offensive pass interference, though. Let's wait and see.
Yes, it is. 2 flags there. It's going to get called back. They went to the one receiver side.
It was number 1 on number 1, Naquan Prather down there against Huffman, and I think they're going to call offensive pass interference. That's exactly what they're calling. That was a touchdown, but it's going to get called back here.
We'll see a replay of it. We're going to see it late as the ball's thrown.
They always say in basketball, never let you see your hands separate, and there you saw the hands separate for the defensive player's back.
Yep. Number 1 did definitely push off offensively on the number 1 defender. Prather in good position.
So another huge play in this game, another touchdown called back.
Not many coaches have a call for this. It'll be 24 yards, it looks like. 3rd and 24 for the Eagles in their own territory. You don't want to turn it over here.
There's Signs again. We've seen that act all afternoon. There he throws it out. Gets a couple yards back, but it's not going to work out too well. As quickly Harrisburg covers it.
Amir Jones on the tackle.
That was Somerville on the catch, but it'll be 4th down now, and again, Cumberland Valley with the same old script so far this afternoon. They got to kick it out of there after starting with really good field position for the first time all day.
These Harrisburg punt returners are standing side by side, not far apart from one another. And with the wind, looks like it's in the face this time of the punter for Cumberland Valley. Would expect those defenders, those return men, to move up some.
Jack averaging 40 yards a punt so far today. Has done a nice job. Handles a bad snap, kicks it ahead, good bounce. Taken by Harrisburg, good field position, running here across the 40, across the 50-yard line into Cumberland Valley territory, down to the 45, and a nice return for Harrisburg, as was taken there again by Amir Granberry and run back nicely. Granberry's quietly had a really nice game here today, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. When he gets his hands on the ball, things positive usually happen. Here you see the return. A little risky here.
Look at it.
Pick it up on 2 hops, but he
gets
came right
it
to him.
He said, hey, I'll take that. It's an easy one to take. And then just kind of gliding down the field is Granberry. So 1st down again for Harrisburg. And again, great field position at the 45-yard line of Cumberland Valley. Sean Lee has been masterful so far today at quarterback. So he's thrown 1 touchdown pass all year long. But here he is again, this time picking his way forward. And a big gain on 1st down will get him down to 2nd down and probably close to 1 yard near the 1st down markers.
Quarterback keeper on an empty set. No running backs in the backfield except that quarterback and shotgun. And Lee picks up 8.
2nd down and 2. Ball at the 37-yard line.
Same set again.
You don't be surprised to see the same thing again, although they're going to bring Hopkins back now. This is where they usually would bang him forward for a couple yards. Instead, they quick pass out into the flat, and again, it's Granberry, one of his favorite targets today so far. Granberry gets the 1st down. Essentially what you have is like a little running play right there, don't you? With short pass.
And that's a run-pass option. Your quarterback has the option to give the ball on the running play to the big man Hopkins. If he likes what he sees out in the perimeter, he's going to fire it out there. That's the advantage of being in shotgun. Quarterback can see downfield. We have a stoppage in play by head referee Jim Bruno.
Bruno stops play. We'll take a stop as well. It's 8:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. Timeout. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to Harrisburg High School, where Harrisburg High School has the football and the lead. 8:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Gary Sutton, Ford Chapman with you, as Harrisburg has been just sharp all afternoon with their offense. Very few mistakes so far.
Option.
And Lee with the option. Lee dives inside the 30, down near the 28-yard line.
Nice defense by Cumberland by stringing that option out, forcing the quarterback to keep it.
It's interesting in that option when the quarterback throws his hand out and tries to draw a defender. The defenders didn't buy that time for Cumberland Valley. Really stayed in there, did a nice job on keeping Lee at bay. 2nd down, 7. Ball at the 29-yard line.
Don't be surprised if we look at this big guy, Hopkins. There he is.
There he is. Hopkins just barreling forward, and Hopkins just rams his way inside the 25, down near the 23-yard line, close to the 22. Near 1st down yardage, probably about a yard short. Maybe 2 yards short, we'll call it. With Hopkins, there's nothing fancy. It's south. I'm running south, guys.
Absolutely.
Downhill.
Straight man for the Eagles here, looks like, coming with pressure.
How about that again? And Hopkins just gets in behind that front offensive line, gets down near the 21. Looks like he might have the 1st down yardage. Wait and see where the mark goes down. We talked about that offensive line again today and how important they are for Harrisburg.
Sure.
Really doing their job here this afternoon. You look at.
They're marking him slightly short here. His knee went down. They said he was just short. Tough to tell exactly where, but he was about maybe half a yard, quarter of a yard.
What's the chance he gets it again right here? One more time. And there it is. And this time they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Did he get forward? It's going to all depend on the spot, but I think he came up short.
Sure is close. He got pushed forward by the tackler.
Reminiscent of when they were stopped on the goal line there in the 2nd quarter. And let's take a look here what the official says. And it looks like Cumberland Valley's pointing their way. Let's wait. They bring the chains out, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to bring the chains out, Jim Bruno says, and double-check this whole thing. So it's that close. 2 times, though, Cumberland Valley has stepped up big maybe here. We'll see if this is the second time. They did on the goal line in the first half.
Once again, I would like to see Harrisburg had a really versatile offense today, but I would like to see them maybe put in a double tight end set with 2 flankers maybe, or a wing, and still give that ball to Hopkins, but have a few more people at the point of attack to block, because Cumberland Valley brought everybody except the guys that were playing man defense.
Yeah, just about everybody who lives near Mechanicsburg was in on that play, and Cumberland Valley gets it back. You know, we were talking about that offensive line of Harrisburg that, for the most part, all afternoon, except for that play maybe, have been really good. Sir Kane Venable, 64, the left tackle, the left guard. Brent Moffitt, 54.
It's very tough when you only have center, 2 guards, and 2 tackles, and nobody out, no tight slot or no tight end there. And when Cumberland Valley's bringing all that pressure, it's tough for those 5 linemen to be able to hold those guys out of there.
And Jennings, Williams, and Brown fill out that entire front line. Now, speaking of front line, Cumberland Valley, see their front line surge forward here a bit. As they get it back, they duck a bullet here. It's still 14-0, have a chance to get back in it. And Starrett gets the ball, and Starrett, with the kind of hard running we saw against Central, ball's down. Be a first down as Cumberland Valley bangs it out, and maybe Starrett is the guy they're going to look to more here in the second half.
Yeah, Starrett, as you said, had a really nice first half against Central York in a 35-point half of football that Cumberland Valley had week 2 against the Panthers.
And he is a big runner, too, man. He's like 6'3", and he likes to hit people. So Starrett gets a first down. Here's Starrett again. They call him one more time, and Starrett says near side, I'm going to get out here at the 40, out to the 45, try the 48, and all of a sudden, they found a new point of their attack here with Bryce Starrett.
They sure did. We expected to see him a little bit more earlier. And Cumberland Valley continues to line up in the trips, 3 receivers to the wide side, but Harrisburg's only putting 2 defenders out there. And Cumberland Valley, if they can run the football against that, great, but sooner or later they're going to get the ball outside and utilize that mismatch.
And the big thing about that stop they had a moment ago here for Cumberland Valley was, and Starrett's just moved, by the way, in the backfield, for Cumberland Valley was the fact that they now can afford to march the ball down the field with a running game instead of being down, 20 or 21-0.
Great point, but here we are, Cumberland Valley, long count. The Harrisburg defender jumped, did not go in the neutral zone, and the running back Starrett stood up, and that puts you behind the chains. 1st and 15.
So again, you don't need that right now if you're Cumberland Valley. You want to be efficient. I've been the fact that Isaac Sims does not have any short passing game here today. Everything has been long so far in the passes that he's looked for. Here's Starrett. Now Signs falls down. So again, another mistake here to compound the 5-yard penalty.
Yep. Now you're really behind the chains. 2nd and very long, maybe 16 or 17. Harrisburg defender down with an injury.
Yeah, we have a Harrisburg defender down on the field here, and he's pointing, looks like, to his left calf. Looks like he pulled something there. This is a artificial field. And again, there you see Josh Oswald coming out. And
just redone artificial field. First put in back in when Coach Chomp came here and in 2003. And going to put a new track in here. They got a beautiful new scoreboard with, on the far ends, the far left, we have Harrisburg and Cougars up on that scoreboard, 2 Cougars. But on the left and the right of each Cougar, we have a Pioneer for the John Harris Pioneers and a Tiger for the William Penn Tigers. What a fabulous idea.
Yep.
The tradition and history of this proud city.
You know, you think back to some of the great old names. Now, I go way back. How about Jimmy Jones?
Jimmy Jones, John Harris quarterback, graduated in 1967, went to USC, started 3 years. Yes.
Yep. Outstanding quarterback.
Dennis Green, 1 year ahead of Jimmy Jones, senior class president, graduated a year prior. Jimmy Jones, would have been a 68 grad.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Green would be a 67 grad. Dennis Green was the senior class president, future coach of Northwestern, as well as 2 NFL teams, the Vikings and the Cardinals.
And the list goes on and on and on. Here's Cumberland Valley, 2nd down and 18 now, ball at their own 40-yard line. Handoff again. It's going to be a different player carrying this time than we've seen so far. Looked like Wagenheim in there to do the carry. So Josh Wagenheim, as they've committed to the run game here for the moment,
Now let's bring up a 3rd and long, and you're not really in 4-down territory unless you get really close. Another player on that team, Jan White, a great tight end for the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Buffalo Bills. And a great track runner, state champion hurdler.
I'd forgotten about Jan White. So here we have 3rd down and 12. This is a big 3rd down right here for Cumberland Valley. They need to keep something going and sustained. This time Signs fakes it. Signs looking to run. Signs has room. And Signs kind of got tentative there at the end, and it's going to cost him.
Yeah, he didn't know where that yard marker was because the chains are on his sideline on the opposite side. I mentioned it's going to be a 4-down territory. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. They're not going to get many chances. It's already down to close to 4 minutes. Coach Oswald has to roll the dice here. Almost a guaranteed go-for-it situation.
Now you watch Signs. He's running. He's got some open, and then right here he becomes kind of pessimistic. He's kind of I'm not sure, and that probably cost him the 1st down.
Yep. I'm looking for the fake handoff and the quarterback keeper.
Big play in this game.
They're just giving it straight up.
Wagenheim, and Wagenheim's going to get the 1st down for Cumberland Valley. Big 1st down here as he bangs his way down to the 40-yard line with 3:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
He hit that hole quickly. Sure did. Number 6, one of the great number 6s in football, Tyrone Wheatley, Michigan Wolverines. Oakland Raiders couldn't wear 6 with the Raiders. Running backs had to wear 20s, 30s, or 40s, but now you can wear 6 if you're a running back in the NFL. They switched that rule.
Here they are at the 41-yard line now, 1st and 10 for Cumberland Valley. First semi-sustained march they really had all day. There's Starretts. Starretts running hard. Starretts loose. Starretts headed for the end zone. Starretts is in for the touchdown. Bryce Starretts with a 41-yard touchdown run here in the 3rd quarter, and all of a sudden, the landscape has changed.
Really nice run here by Starretts. Physicality. Cumberland Valley's trademark for decades.
We talked about how the big guy can change the game around when they started to use him here in this series. And guess what? He answered the bell. 41-yard touchdown run at the 3:42 mark of the 3rd quarter. And all of a sudden, Cumberland Valley with some hope here. Has Signs in now to kick the extra point. Big extra point here.
Quarterback handling the PAT duties for the 2nd year in a row.
Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. And at the 3:22 mark of the 3rd quarter, Cumberland Valley has finally gotten on the scoreboard. It's 14-7. The Cougars lead it. All here on the High School Sports Live Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
Cumberland Valley 7.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
And Cumberland Valley getting to do something they haven't done for a while today is kick off. And a good kickoff it is, all the way back down the one where it's fumbled, picked up by Harrisburg. And then jamming very quickly at the 14-yard line after the pickup comes Cumberland Valley. And Harrisburg, for the first time all afternoon, probably not with the greatest field position here for Chapter.
How about it? You know, we look at Signs. He's actually, the quarterback is perfect on PATs on the year. And you got to go back to the last time a Cumberland Valley kicker was the normal extra point kicker. My dad's first year there, 1971. Ron Biebel, quarterback, kicker. He was a 3-year starter at Princeton as a quarterback. Number 12, Ron Biebel.
And Princeton had their share of pretty good field goal kickers for a while, named Gogelak. Charlie and Pete, right?
I heard of Pete.
And Charlie came along later on. Charlie was actually the first one.
Okay.
A nice dance right through there up to the 20-yard line. I think their dad might have been the soccer coach there at the time.
Okay, what do you do if you're Harrisburg and you want to get back on track? You give the ball to Kyle Williams.
Yep.
And he just picked up a big 7 yards there. And Harrisburg right now, just move the chains, get yourself back into an offensive flow, only up 7 at this point.
And nice manageable second down, and second down and 2 at the 22-yard line. There again, this time, good job in the backfield there. And the guy who made the play happen was Save, who turned it back inside again to get a little help from his friends.
Prather on the run. That's the second time they've tried that jet sweep, and it's gotten
Zilch
no gain
so
to
far.
first. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, you lose yardage, and you're back at a 3rd and 5, and most likely a passing situation for Lee. But deep in your own territory, a turnover could be very harmful here.
The one thing Lee's done all day is throw short pass. He's not tried to throw the long pass. And there you have the short pass again, out to the flat, but covered well again by Cumberland Valley, who seems to have a little momentum now transferring from the offense over to the defense.
Sure does, and now you're going to force a punt for the Cougars at their own 22-yard line.
The only good thing here is you have the wind at your back, but the punting situation coming up here for the Cougars. We've only had to punt one time all day so far, and that was a 61-yarder. So is it going to be Lee back to punt again? First one was a 61-yard punt.
Cumberland Valley has nobody back yet to catch this punt.
For Harrisburg, and they're selling out here trying to get to this one. For Harrisburg, you just want to switch fields, and the Harrisburg team's going to talk about this a little bit with 1:25 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is the High School Sports Live TV. Game of the week on Fox 43.2.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
And back here at Severance Field, you see the timeout being called. And you made a point that there was no sense of urgency in getting out there for that punt. They were going to get a penalty. Would have been even worse kickoff or a punt position right there. And so a good timeout there by Cal Everett.
Yes, a good timeout, but a wasted timeout that they may need later should Cumberland Valley put more points on the board here and tie this game up. But so Cumberland Valley is still not putting anybody back. They're looking for a fake, interestingly.
So Lee is back to punt. He needs a good one here. One punt so far today, 61 yards on that one. And this time, good punt out of there. Nice flat punt, and it gets the kind of bounce. You talk about switching fields. Look at this. All the way down to the 23-yard line from the 22. And so Sean Lee reverses field just like that. And if you're Cumberland Valley, was it wise not to have someone back?
It's surprising there, but they're looking for a fake. But hey, the legendary George Jump, who coached all those great John Harris players we talked about in the mid-'60s. And Chomp used to always say, if you don't field a punt, the average yardage you lose is around 16, 17 yards. And it happened right there. 15-yard extra roll for the Cougars.
Got to see Lee's punting average today. It's got to be phenomenal. So now Cumberland Valley with the football. And there you have the Wildcat. Was that Signs forward? Signs with play action, and Signs just dives forward that time and gets the first down. It's the first time we've seen him really get loose today for any kind of crucial yardage.
He faked the ball to Hunter and kept it very aggressively, and Cumberland Valley looking to use the ground attack.
They've really started to incorporate Wagenheim, Hunter, and also Starretts now. Starretts being the star of the last series.
Yep, Starretts is not in rate. Is that him? No, that's Hunter.
That's Hunter, and Hunter close to first down yardage. Looks like he might have gotten it.
Yes, he did.
Second down and 2 there. There's 39 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And again, Cumberland Valley on the march now.
Using the running game for the second consecutive possession with 4 wide receivers in the game, which is a little bit, I didn't expect them to be able to move the ball consistently against this Harrisburg defense in this type of formation. Trips open, 3 to one side, 1 to the other, and they're going to use that pistol and still try it.
And here's Signs with a handoff, and again, this time banging off the right side out near the 40, getting nice chunks of yardage now at 3 and 4 a clip is Cumberland Valley.
and keep doing it until the Cougars stop it. That's the Cumberland Valley motto with Coach Oswald and his staff right now.
Again, that was Starretts with the carry that time as we tick down to 6 seconds here in the third quarter. May not get another play off. We'll wait and see. I think they'll probably be satisfied to end the third quarter, and that's exactly what we do. We head to the fourth quarter. We got a good one here for you at Severance Field. It's 14-7. Harrisburg leading Cumberland Valley. We head to the fourth. This is the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
We talked about Sean Lee's punt a few minutes ago, by the way, 56-yard punt to go with a 61-yard punt in the first half. So his numbers today off the charts. Here again. Starretts gets the call. He's the guy that's the workhorse right now for this Cumberland Valley Eagles team. As he'll get out past the 40-yard line near the 41, which would bring up third down now and 4 for the Eagles. As they try to march back up the hill here. They were down 14-0. You think of the stuff on the goal line in the first half they made in stopping Harrisburg, and the stuff again here in the third quarter. Those are starting to loom large right now if Cumberland Valley can get on the board.
Sure are. Big 3rd and 4 here. Same formation. Trips open. They're going to be running the football, it looks like. Yep. Quarterback.
Signs again, and Signs brought down. Good smell out there by Harrisburg, and a great play for Harrisburg that time as Terrell Reynolds, the senior, 6'2" out of his tight end or defensive end spot, made the tackle. So here's Cumberland Valley. Big opportunity wasted there, and they're going to have to kick it out of there again.
Yeah, you have to punt here with 11 minutes left in the football game in your own territory, and it's 4th and about 4. Too long to go for it at this time. If you're Harrisburg, you want to watch the ball.
Trying to draw him off sides. Don't get it. Here's Hernjack. Man, another belt by Hernjack. Kicks it away this time. Nope. And you got Williams, and look out. Williams got room to run. Williams near side. Williams down the sideline. You got one man to beat, and finally gets bumped out of bounds. Tackle made there by Gary Lane Blacks, and it'll be first down. And again, great field position here for the Cougars as they try to put this one away.
20-yard punt based on the net. And here you see the return. Really nice return by Williams.
Good block there to get him open as well. And then a couple more good sustaining blocks. No block in the back, which you see so often on those returns.
And that's what we talk about. You get a nice punt like that, but you got to cover. And the Harrisburg skill guys can really negate that.
So ball out at the 42-yard line for Harrisburg. Sean Lee looks over to the sidelines. Gets the call. Lee, hand off to Hopkins. Hopkins slices his way forward out to about the 49-yard line. Nice smooth run by Hopkins that time.
Brings up a 2nd and 4.
So bring up 2nd down. Again, good yardage on first down here for the Cougars.
Harrisburg going up 2 scores in this football game early. Cumberland Valley battling back to cut it to a 14-7 lead.
And for Harrisburg right now, you want to make the clock your friend. Pitches it out again to Williams. Williams trying to get the outside. Williams has the first down into Cumberland Valley territory down near the 43-yard line where it'll be a first down for Harrisburg. And right now, if you're Harrisburg, you're saying just pile up first downs. Keep it on the ground, make the clock move, and get first downs, right?
Absolutely. And rely on that running game.
It's done it a couple different ways so far. The bang from Hopkins and then the pitch out to Williams.
We're going to see the ball thrown out here eventually to the 3 receiver side.
There's Hopkins again. Hopkins hard steps off that right side, inside the 40, down near the 37. Big guy continues to yield positive yardage every time he touches the football.
And in doing so, Cumberland Valley has to put more men in the box, which means they only have 2 guys out here on the 3 receiver side. Look for Harrisburg, which they've done so far. They're going to do it eventually. They're going to fire it out here and get a huge gain by Granberry. Coming up shortly. Here it is.
Here it is, out to Granberry, and Granberry in the flat. Granberry gets loose for a moment, and tackle being saved right there. Good job on the tackle by Patty Hernjack to save probably a touchdown. But you called that one, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be just short, it looks like. So 3rd and less than 1.
You know, one of the biggest differences, I said something to you earlier this afternoon about short passes by Harrisburg compared to the longer passes by Cumberland Valley.
Absolutely.
The short passes have paid off so far for Sean Lee. There's Hopkins. Hopkins inside the 30, down near the 28, gets a first down, and Harrisburg gets another one. 8:40 to go, and they are piling up the first downs now.
Another equipment issue here, helmet-wise, 71, Tamir Jennings coming out momentarily. Got to get another lineman in there, which they did.
So Hopkins is going to step out.
And they're putting in Amir Jones, the senior running back.
Amir Jones, 183 pounds, compared to Hopkins, who goes 240.
He's actually going out at receiver, Amir is, and they're going to put in the backfield Kyle Williams.
There you go. So you bring back your scat back guy, who's Mr. Everything for this team.
Don't be surprised if Granberry goes in motion here. Just got hunched up. Here he goes. Coming back.
There's your handoff to Williams. Williams, again, slices back against the grain where he's met by 4 or 5 different defenders, but not before he gets about 3 yards on the carry. Just has that great ability that runners have to change up in a hurry for. Coming left, turns on a dime, comes back against the grain and finds a slice of daylight.
Sure is. And, you know, it looks like Harrisburg's not going to attempt any kicks, field goal-wise or extra points today, so a field goal could potentially ice it, but at this point, they're going to have to get it in the end zone because we haven't seen them, even on extra points, try a kick.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Ball at the 27-yard line, 7:43 to go in this one. There's a quick pass to Granberry again. It's been like a running play, and Granberry has given them great success every time he's caught the football, and it looks like another first down here for Harrisburg as Granberry, again, with that quick pass out and then just making it go with his feet.
Right when Cumberland Valley looked like they had all the momentum, we're going to maybe get back and tie this thing, Harrisburg has taken the ball and pounded it right down the field, mixing run and pass, though. Pounding it, running the ball, but throwing some quick hitters out in the perimeter and having their skill guys run after the catch.
And the passes, for all intents and purposes, have been running plays. I mean, just been short 5-yard passes where they just let the players run. There's Williams again. Williams darts down to the 15-yard line.
Really nice quick feet by Williams. His dad, Kyle Williams, was a linebacker for us at Harrisburg in the late 90s, early 2000s. Played for me as a sophomore. Great, great kid at the time. Obviously grown man now, but what a competitor.
And one of the guys we're talking about right now for our Hoffman Ford player of the game, we have to start thinking about who that's going to be this afternoon there,
Darn
Coach.
Right. I really like the way this sophomore signal caller, Sean Lee,
he's been solid.
runs things.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Good up. Great handoff to Makai Hopkins and in for a 14-yard touchdown, and that just might be enough here today with 6:58 to go in this one.
Almost untouched. Surprising. Very nice call. Quick hitter. Hopkins goes to pay dirt. Now expect him to go for 2, as we alluded to.
14-yard touchdown at the 6:58 mark of the fourth quarter.
They kept it on the ground both times on the last 2 two-point conversions. Got it the first time. Second time they were just short.
So Hopkins and Williams in the backfield with Lee. And Lee just following through, by the way, and standing up like he was going to pass there after a great handoff to Hopkins. Here it is. And into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good for Williams. And Harrisburg has answered that 7 points from Cumberland Valley, and they have gone on top now, 22-7. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. 6:58 to go on High School Sports Live TV, the game of the week on Fox 43.2.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Welcome back. High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week. We're sitting here talking about a Hoffman Ford player of the game. Ford threw his hands up and said, take your pick. You got Granberry, you got Hopkins, you got Lee, you got Williams. I mean, you got a whole bunch of players there today that have been absolute dynamite so far on the Harrisburg side, which talks about the variety of play calling here today.
Absolutely. And the teamwork.
The guy I've liked all afternoon, though, I got to tell you, is Sean Lee. No mistakes. Has just done everything he's been asked to do well here today. And here we have a nice run back right down by Cumberland Valley. Could change the complexion of this one, huh? Down the far sideline they race. Cumberland Valley into the end zone. How about that for an answer? All of a sudden, what was a big exclamation point is turned into a question mark as J.D. Hunter runs it all the way back.
What a return by Hunter. He had a punt return in the late in the third quarter against Manheim Township Week 1 for a touchdown, and there's your kickoff return.
86-yard touchdown kickoff return. And guess what, gang? It's 6:43 to go, and Hunter has put them back up, and now they have a chance to get back in here. Hunter, 86-yard return.
And Harrisburg's got to get 11 guys out on the field for this defense of the PAT, which will cut it to 8. Cumberland Valley attempting to cut it to a one-score game right here. There's a lot of debate. Should you go for 2 in this situation, kick the extra point? The normal school of thought is get it to 1 score, which would be 8 if you make this extra point.
And this is Signs. He's not missed one yet this year. Snap is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And he gets it to within 1 score now. But, obviously a touchdown and a 2-pointer. 22-14. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back at 6:43 to go here in this one on High School Sports Live TV.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
And we got a new football game again here with the long kickoff. Harrisburg's got it. It'll be Williams bringing it all the way back out near the 20-yard line, maybe the 21 at best. 6:33 to go in this one. And just when we were kind of thinking Harrisburg had maybe solved this away, funny thing happened on the way to the scoreboard.
Sure did. I remember the 1990 game right here when Cumberland Valley, John Ritchie's sophomore year, they took the opening kickoff down the field and scored. And they kicked off deep to Robert Tate, going the opposite way on the field towards the score. Robert Tate went the distance. Cumberland Valley had a big win blowout win that game, and it's a very good Harrisburg team. But nonetheless, the opposite happened here. It was a Cumberland Valley return man that went the distance.
Cumberland Valley has not won this game with Harrisburg since 2015 when they won 34-7. Since then, Harrisburg has won 5 in a row. Did not play in the 2020 season.
And there's your quarterback keeper for Lee to get them in a 2nd and 5 situation. Really nice, just a quick quarterback, shotgun handoff, and kept the ball out of a widespread set.
So for Harrisburg right now, you want to follow the same recipe. Get first downs, keep it on the ground,
stay
eat
in
up
bounds.
clock.
Yep, stay in bounds.
Now, I know one thing for sure. When you've got the ball, the other team doesn't, they can't catch up. That holds true in any sport. Look at that nice little slant pass over the middle to Williams again, and Williams out near the 31-yard line, close to first down yardage, and he's got it.
And if you're Cumberland Valley, you want him to get it. You don't want a 3rd and super like inches. That'll just chew more clock. Should Harrisburg, get to, first down. So now if you're Cumberland Valley, you're thinking we got to get 3 downs, force them to punt.
One of the guys they seem to go to every time they need a big play is Williams. You watch it.
Absolutely.
And he's answered the bell every single time today they've hit him.
I'm expecting right now the big man. I'm expecting Hopkins, almost 100%er here. Hopkins getting the ball straight ahead.
And there it is, Hopkins loose. Hopkins into the secondary. Hopkins to the 40. Brought down at the 35-yard line, but the big guy just broke through that first line. Everybody was jammed up there, and he had some free space to run.
Nice line blocking to open that hole, and Hopkins did the rest. He's aggressive. You'll see the replay here. Guard pulls, kicks out the end, right up through. Tackled down the linebacker and off to the races.
32-yard pickup all the way down to the 35-yard line. First down for Harrisburg. 5:17 to go in this one. They lead 22-14. Cumberland Valley needs a stop. Harrisburg wants a score.
Harrisburg doing a good job running that play clock down under 5 before they snap it.
Hopkins over 100 yards rushing now this afternoon with that one.
Kyle Williams.
And there's Kyle Williams again, just veering off the near side, inside the 30, down near the 29-yard line. The key for Harrisburg all day long is they've gotten no less than like 3 or 4 or 5 yards every pickup here. They've really been taking it in chunks.
And Gary, if you're Cumberland Valley, you want to start thinking strip the football. If you're Harrisburg, hold on to the football. There have been few turnovers in this game. One got called back for a penalty, an interception late in the half by Harrisburg, throwing the ball under a Cumberland Valley defender. So right now, let the clock wind down. Clock management, so important. Down here under 5 minutes to go. Play clock at 10.
Ball at the 29-yard line. Oh, right up the middle is Williams again. Look at Williams. Just running with a bandit.
Yes, he drives those feet so nicely.
Down to the 16-yard line goes Williams, and if I were voting for the Hoffman Ford player of the game today, for the Harrisburg side of things, it would be this young man, Kyle Williams. He has been just versatile.
I'm with you. And now, right now, got to think offensively. I know I keep repeating this. It's so important. No need to rush. Sean Lee, even though he's a sophomore, he's a 2-year starter, you got to look at that play clock and let it run as low as you can get it. Chew as much time up as you can.
It's down to 10 right now, going 9, 8, 7. Now you probably get the hike here. And there's
illegal procedure against the Cougars.
Yep, so a 5-yard penalty coming up here. It'll be first down and 15.
Now here's a rule that I've always talked about. Watch what happens with the play clock. It's up to the head official. Jim Bruno in this case, head referee. When it's just the first illegal, usually they're going to wind the clock. Which if a team is leading, you can sort of milk that clock down. Let's see what he does. It's going to be a 25-second play clock, not 40. Yep, there he goes, winding it. That's another 24 seconds. You can get off the clock with your own offensive penalty, which is sort of strange, but nonetheless
so the
allowable.
Offensive penalty works to your advantage.
That's exactly right.
You get one more play.
That's exactly right.
You're going to go back and get an extra play here, essentially. So 3:28. And the Cougars really taking their time. Hopkins is going to get it here. Hopkins, nice little sidestep there with the big guy, and then breaks loose again. What a load to bring down. Look at the pile moving right now as they move toward the goal line. Hopkins finally brought down with a little help from his friends inside the 10-yard line. How about the juke by the big guy and then running straight forward again?
Right when we said, oh, you know what, MVP of this game, it's tough to go, but let's go. Let's go with Williams, and all of a sudden, Hopkins does it. It's a team effort, and that's what's beautiful about this Harrisburg football team. And Calvin Everett, a lot of credit to him and his coaching staff, Lloyd Hill and company. These guys, they preach the team, and it works.
Well, and that front line, Venable, Moffitt, Jennings, Williamson, and Brown have been just superb all day long.
Jesse Haar, another coach that really works hard in that weight, strength, and conditioning program for the Cougars, defensive coordinator.
Hopkins working his way down inside the 5 now. The big guy, I'll tell you what, they have really turned to him here in the second half, and Harrisburg looking good, trying to bring this thing home and close it out. 2:32 to go. We won't say a touchdown here would close the door, but I'll tell you what, there wouldn't be a real wide sliver in it.
Yep. Now, Harrisburg not showing a kicking game.
So first down.
Eagles still have a chance, but they got to use their timeouts here. If Harrisburg does not get in, you got to use these 3 timeouts right now if you're Coach Oswald.
First down, goal to go at the 4. Sean Lee, there's a handoff. Again, it's Williams, and again, beautiful call that time. Williams in for a 4-yard run for the touchdown. Harrisburg goes up right now, 28-14. And once again, Williams, nice little slash play there.
Not having a kicking game when you need a field goal in a situation like this to win or lose a football game, come down to crunch time in certain games, may be a liability for the Cougars. I'm not sure if they work on their kicking game. We haven't seen it yet. We've seen all 2-point conversions. They've made 2 and
Hopkins is the kicker. but he hasn't had to do that this afternoon. They've been content to go for 2 every time. And
yeah, they made 2 and missed 1.
Yep. So far the percentages are in their favor. So Williams with a 4-yard run here. It was an interesting little call, by the way, and the hole opened up nicely, and Williams just hooked right into it.
Look here, they have the receiver, Granberry, in the backfield. Well, they got a delay. Should have gotten a timeout there at least to not get the 5 yards. The one thing this does do, you got to go from the 8, but it does open up more room in the end zone. So look for the Cougars to throw it in the air.
Yep. And again, do you get Granberry, who's been the prime target here? After spreading it around early, Granberry's been the guy they've been looking to all afternoon. There's your handoff. And how about that? Instead, we get a jet sweep as they hand it off there to Amir Jones, and the big senior rumbles over the right side for a 2-point conversion. And 30-14, the Cougars lead it. With 2:04 left in this one, we take a break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV, the game of the week on Fox 43.2.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
30-14, the score here, and Harrisburg answers again. The 84-yard kickoff return by J.D. Hunter, and here they are trying to run it back again. Good field position for Cumberland Valley. I'm not sure I'd have slid on that one. I might have kept going for a little while.
That was Save again,
yeah,
the linebacker. And, you know, I got to credit Harrisburg's offensive line. Very, very impressive.
I'm telling you what, the offensive line, Kane Venable, number 64, Trenton Moffitt, 54, Tamir Jennings, the center, at 71, Tavon Williamson, number 51, the right guard, and number 74, the right tackle, Kevin Brown.
Freshman.
Yep. They have been dynamite. Throwing there Elias Koch, by the way. He's thrown some pretty good blocks in there this afternoon from the receiver spot. Here's your pitch out near side.
I thought we would see some of that from the Cumberland Valley offense earlier. I kept saying, go to those trips, get that back out of the backfield in motion.
And the short passing play has been so good for Harrisburg all afternoon.
Yes.
And they've just not done the short passing much at all today.
No, they have not. Cumberland Valley has not attempted much. And with Harrisburg playing a deep zone, you have it.
2nd down and 2. Signs going to throw it downfield deep to Hernjack. And Hernjack almost brought down a Circus Cats. Couldn't do it. Good coverage down there by Harrisburg.
3rd down and 2.
And on that coverage was Amir Granberry again. There's another guy that's been dynamite on both sides of the ball today.
Yeah. It might have been Zakai Lewis. It's tough to see some of these numbers with the font that they use on the jersey number.
You get that shimmer of the sunlight on the number there. So 3rd down now, call it 2. And you're going to get a penalty flag thrown here. That'll be illegal procedure against Cumberland Valley, so they'll move it back 5. They didn't need that right now. 1:33 to go.
If anybody saw the Jets Cleveland Browns game last week, all the Cleveland Brown running back had to do was fall down after he got the first down. Game would have ended. Went in the end zone, Jets score, kick an onside kick, score, and win the game. So it is possible, but Cumberland Valley's going to need 2 2-point conversions to just tie the game and force overtime. Highly unlikely, but they got to score quickly here. 1:33 to go.
And Harrisburg 20 yards downfield with their secondary.
Rushing 3, the Cougars are. Dropping 8.
There's Signs. Signs just running and nowhere to go. And they're just nowhere to pass it, nowhere to go. The defense for Harrisburg has just been really, really good today.
You need a timeout if you're Cumberland Valley. Clock's moving, you got 3 left. You can't take them with you. There he got one. Josh Oswald got one right there.
They also always say that defense travels well. Well, today defense didn't need to travel. It played at home, and it loved the field. The defense has been good here. A team that's averaging 34.75 points a game has been held to 14 so far here today. We can even say 7, right? Because of the kick return, the defense didn't cause it.
That was a
Great point.
special teams
Yep.
play. And Cumberland Valley got a punt return week 1. So that average, special teams has really helped that average for Cumberland Valley. It hasn't just been their offense that's been putting points on the board. And a great kickoff return
On the
by
other
Hunter.
side, on the other side, look at this. Harrisburg averages 32 points a game. They give up 14. Look at the score right now, 30-14.
There it is.
How close is that to the way that they normally play?
Sure. And you obviously have a short sample size for Harrisburg, only having 3 games in so far, but nonetheless, now almost 4 now, and still over half the season to play, and just very impressive with Harrisburg's, not just their athleticism, but their ability to just execute offensively and defensively. It's been a really good thing to see here for the Cougars. If you're a Cougar fan, there's a lot of brightness here in the rest of this season, 2022.
So Cumberland Valley with the football, 4th down and 9. This is the game for them. Signs. And Signs throwing downfield, it can't hit his man. What's been interesting in watching Signs today, and I thought he looked really, really good against Central, his first inclination is to run, and then he stands up to throw. Instead of looking to throw, and obviously throwing a situation here, it looked like he's putting his shoulder down, running, then standing up and looking.
He did that a lot as a junior. However, in fairness to him, Gary, there aren't a lot of receivers that are open right now on the Cumberland Valley side, and they're not utilizing the quick passing game much. Trying to go downfield, it's not easy for a quarterback in that situation. But you're right with your observation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking in an obvious pass situation, aren't you looking to obviously pass? And you want to, he's looking to run and then find an open space where he can maybe stop and pass him, I suppose. So 1:08 to go in this one, and looks like Harrisburg is going to bring home win number 3. And it looks like Cumberland Valley is going to take their first loss, not only for the season, but also in the Commonwealth, and Harrisburg will go 2-0 in the Commonwealth. Barring some miracle here, and that's not going to happen, as Harrisburg's going to take the knee here. Our Capital Blue Cross post-game report coming your way right after this. We'll have the Hoffman Ford player of the game. And our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. I'm not sure where you could take a whole lot of plays of the game today and come up with them. That 84-yard kickoff return is one, but that's the obvious. But there are a lot of plays of the game here today, I think, that I'd be looking at.
Absolutely. Can't reiterate again, just the Harrisburg overall team effort from top to bottom, using a lot of skill guys, good line play, really good defensive gang tackling, jumping, breaking on the football, running the football. Cumberland Valley had some nice offensive plays with the running game in the second half to make it a game again, but Harrisburg then poured it on to win it by 16.
Harrisburg is going to win this one 30-14 here this afternoon, and a big win for the Cougars. And, I keep on coming back to that offensive line for Harrisburg. They were so good all day long. And they may not get the Hoffman Ford player of the game, but let's give a shout-out one last time. Left tackle, Sergei Venable. Number 64. Number 54, left guard, Fretton Moffitt. Number 71, center, Tamir Jennings. Number 51, right guard, Kayvon Williamson. And number 74, right tackle, Kevin Brown. They were the wall that really set up things offensively here for Harrisburg today. They win it 30-14. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Our Capital Blue Cross post-game report coming your way. We'll tell you about our Hoffman Ford player of the game and our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. And also our next game coming up. It'll be Thursday this next week. We'll tell you all about that right after this. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at Giambavo.com.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos.
Every
protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
If it's used car peace of mind you're looking for, Hoffman has it. Hoffman Ford brings you a wide selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, carefully chosen and inspected for dependable driving pleasure. For the ultimate peace of mind, shop the Hoffman collection of Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a used vehicle you can feel good about your loved one's driving,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, family. As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
Welcome back to the post-game report brought to you by Capital Blue Cross. Gary Sutton with you, Archie Smith Jr. and Ford Chapman. And we're here at Severance Field. And I'll tell you what, guys, just an interesting game today. Lots of great players making great plays, particularly for Harrisburg here today. Final thoughts on the game here, Archie. You're down the sideline the whole time.
As you can see, man, the physicality of Harrisburg just wore down Cumberland Valley down the stretch right there. When they had to make some plays coming in, they could not stop Mr. Williams and Mr. Hoffman from running the ball. And Harrisburg just kept them off balance. All right, they hit them with a lot of quick passes, you can see, man. They was giving up a lot of cushion outside Cumberland Valley was, and Harrisburg was taking that. So you can see Harrisburg just took whatever Cumberland Valley was getting, and not only that, they was executing.
For balance comes to mind here this afternoon. The balance of Harrisburg with the run and the passing game, short passing game. Cumberland Valley never was able to achieve that throughout the entire day.
No, they weren't. And Archie, I'd like to hear your viewpoint on this about, we talked about the teamwork and the team play by that Harrisburg offense. And from the offensive line to spreading the wealth, everybody not concerned with who gets the ball, just quarterback Sean Lee doing a heck of a job. What do you think about that?
What they did was, like we said, they used multiple keys. They used multiple guys. They would send Kyle in motion, which will offset the defense to one side. Then you have a big 225-pound running back that can actually move. As you see, he broke the long run right there, and then they would hit Granberry on the outside. I mean, they was just keeping it around, like I say, taking whatever Cumberland Valley gave them, and they just
occasionally
executed.
Lee on a run, right,
yes,
from quarterback, yeah.
So they mixed it up throughout the afternoon, and the result, a 30-14 win here for Harrisburg, holding a team that was averaging 34.75 points coming in, down to 14 here today. And a great win for Harrisburg. They now move to 2-0 in the Commonwealth Division of the Mid-Penn, whereas Cumberland Valley now goes to 1-1. And still have a really great season going on, a lot to play for out there. Time now for our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and let's take a look at that right now. We had a whole lot of plays here this afternoon that were exciting, but this one kind of got to the top of the list. Let's take a look at it, guys. Here we go.
J.D. Hunter, running back.
84-yard kickoff return.
And, guys, this play right here almost put Cumberland Valley back. They was only down 8 right here, so you can see this play was a big play after the momentum had sprung huge for Harrisburg right here.
Absolutely. And then what, though? Harrisburg, after you see another shot of it, Harrisburg said, we're taking the ball, we're going to mix run and pass, and we are going to run when we do run, we're going to run it down your throat, hopefully, and get the ball in the end zone and ice this game, and that's exactly what they did. Both teams, though, tonight, guys, both teams today competed really hard.
Correct. And J.D. being a senior right now, you know, as a senior, last game here at Severance, so you want to go out with a memorable loss, and you can see those seniors out there, man. None of those guys wanted to lead the field and wasn't coming off, and they was going to fight to the end.
We were trying to decide who the Hoffman Ford player of the game could be today. Sean Lee could have easily been it. Granberry could have been it. Mikhail Hopkins, over 100 yards running, could have been it. A couple of touchdowns. But the guy we chose today, Kyle Williams, Mr. Versatile here for this Harrisburg team. He does a little bit of everything. Catches the ball, slice running, power running. He did it all here this afternoon, and here he is, Kyle Williams Jr., our player of the game, our Hoffman Ford player of the game. And
uses
take a look
his
at his
vision
body work.
very well, his quick feet, and like you said, he can still get the power yards when he needs to.
And there you see it right there at the end, that final touchdown, 4-yarder running in, and Kyle Williams is our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Well, we get a short week this week. I always say about coaches planning, we got to plan for a short week this week, but we're going to head over to CD East, make that Carlisle, rather, this coming Thursday night. That's right, a 6:30 game with our pregame, 7 o'clock game kickoff. Thursday night, Central Dauphin at Carlisle, and we're looking forward to that one, guys, as we get out there yet for another High School Sports Live TV game of the week. This one on Thursday. I want to thank a whole lot of people here this afternoon. Travis Sparks, who kept our stats at home. All the people from Invicta, Chad Edwards and his whole crew did a job up here. Josh Edwards, Fox 43 Sports, where we're appearing constantly on there. We appreciate all they're doing. Travis Sparks, our stat guy, as I said. And thank you for watching this week's High School Sports Live broadcast. Again, we come to you Thursday night, but our final score here today from Severance Field, Harrisburg, in a big one, 30-14 over Cumberland Valley. For Fort Chapman, for Archie Smith Jr., I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great day, everyone.